Morning. It is Saturday. Here with DJ Joey A. How you doing, man? Big homie. I every time I'm like, how did you get that? I just got to ask you. But I'm here with Tori Savage, Kitty, Alex Sportsmouth. So that's just a quick question.
Morning.
So you know what?
Good morning.
The big homie. It was kind of like I've been mentoring a lot of younger DJs, a lot of younger producers, and just showing them the right path. And same thing with younger folks in general. So to me, the big homie would be like trying to lead the brothers and sisters in a good direction, right, rather than some of the things that we experienced as teenagers and end up being on the wrong path. Plus, I eat a lot, so I thought big homie would sound better than fat homie.
Right.
that tends to work.
So when we were talking yesterday, and you said, Joey got COVID. Did you say September? And I got it in. I got it in October. He said literally when he was in the hospital, he lost 30 pounds.
Oh my gosh! That's before I was in the hospital. So I got it in. I got COVID in September, and like a typical guy, I'm not gonna go to the doctor. I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna weather it out. 3 weeks later, as the days and weeks are going by, I'm losing weight, and I'm a dude. I'm pushing 265, 270, and I lost literally 30, 40 pounds in like 3 weeks, and that's way too quick. I have no energy. Could barely keep anything down. My wife would some amazing food, and I'm like, baby, I can't. I'm sorry. So finally,
could you taste it? You couldn't taste it either, probably, huh? Or was it that?
Yeah, not really. Nothing was appetizing to me. For the most part, I think I just started eating soup, but I was still functional. I still went to work. I did my thing. One of the last events that I did, I don't think my clients knew that I was sick, but I had to sit down here and there. I wasn't DJing that day. We were doing videography. Lucky for me, my wife knows how to shoot also, so she didn't know how to shooting. We got through the event, and it was still a successful event, but I was dying that day.
Damn.
So you mentioned, and it was funny because you're pretty tired when you have COVID and stuff like that, and you didn't know that you had it, and you're like, you said you went a couple, you did an event, and you did it. You finally told the wife and said, "Hey, honey, can you? I don't feel so good. Could you take me to urgent care?" So she takes you to urgent care.
That was the last straw. So we did an event on I think the 26th of September, which was a Saturday, and I didn't get much rest the following day because we were doing sound reinforcement for I can't remember the church right now. It's a Belleville church, because they were doing their service outside. So I'd normally show up early, have everything set up, and everybody can do mic check before the praise and worship team comes on. Something that would take me 5 minutes to do literally took me like 30 minutes because I'm just exhausted.
Wow.
It was crazy. And I was one of those guys in the beginning, like, this is a hoax. I ain't wearing no mask. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Forget about it. Until I got it, and that kind of changed my point of view.
Yeah, so you got humbled a little bit by it.
A lot. I got humbled a lot.
Yeah, a lot of it. Mm-hmm.
So, but the good thing though is finally, when I went to urgent care, the doctor told me, "Hey, son, you got pneumonia." I mean, they did the COVID test, but unlike the hospital, they'll find out within a few minutes. Like urgent care, they'll find out for maybe 24 hours to 40 hours. But the doctor was like, listen, I can call the ambulance, or you can drive up to the hospital. I'm like, I'm driving to the hospital. You're not going to stick with me.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to stick with a $10,000 ride. Right?
Yeah, it'd be $500 for the ride, sir. Like, nah, I'm good.
No, it's an expensive Uber.
So when I got to the hospital, they checked me out. I was in some kind of waiting room, and I'm hearing all this commotion in the other room. People are fighting and stuff. I'm like, man, niggas are fighting in the hospital. What the hell's going on here? But it took them about maybe 6 hours before I could finally get into my own room. Maybe 6 to 8 hours. They pumped me up with some antibiotics and whatever else they had to fix me. Within a couple of days, I got my appetite back. So thank God for that. Right. And between my wife and my sister just constantly dropping me food like tacos, Chinese food. Man, I gained it all back and then some.
So, a lot of people don't, and you mentioned it yesterday. So you said they send you home with some oxygen, right?
Yeah.
A 30-day supply or whatever. But you said after a week, you were like, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yes.
And I don't know if people know this, and I don't know if you request it, but that's some good information because I didn't know that. So they send you home with you said like a thing that helps you lungs you blow into it and it helps you build your lungs. So
I had a device here by my office. It's like a plastic device that you blow on, and it's almost like doing push-ups with your lungs to get your breathing back in order. Now, I could have took the easy route and just, maintain the oxygen for comfort, but I don't want to rely on that. I want to build my lungs back up again and get stronger as quick as possible. But, it affects everybody differently. Right. My wife had COVID also. She was fine after a few days. I'm a big dude. My wife's like 100 pounds when she's wet. Right. But she good. And one of my other DJs that I book, DJ Ranico, his girlfriend at the time is a COVID nurse, and she got COVID. Obviously, they share the same bed. Nothing, no symptoms whatsoever. So I think it makes everybody differently.
Everybody's immune system is definitely different. People need to realize
because I didn't have the breathing problem. Did you have the taste and the smell problem? Did you lose that or no?
Oh yeah, I couldn't smell nothing. If I couldn't smell Chinese food or tacos, problem.
Yeah.
I
actually met a woman last night that had it 4 months ago, and when she introduced herself, she had said something, and she said, "Oh, I'm a COVID long hauler," and I kind of stepped back and I said, "What?" And she said, "I still have the onsets 4 months later. I can't taste anything. I can barely smell anything." She said her balance is completely off. She's actually, she was. I met her. She's a vice mayor of this town, and so she's telling me all these things, and I'm just like, wow. She said, "Yeah, it's really took a toll on her." So, like you said, it hits everybody differently, and that's the scary part about it, because everybody has this opinion of it. Oh, it's not that bad. There's this survival rate. Oh, you're just being over dramatic. But it hits everybody differently. So you don't know how it's going to hit you. You don't know if you're going to get severe, if you're going to be, just knocked out for a couple weeks, or if you're going to be intubated.
Absolutely.
Scary.
So my partner out in California, he had COVID same time I did, and he got it again like late December. So like he's been going back and forth in the emergency room. And in the process, me and him are trying to build a radio station together, and he's stressing out over work. I'm like, yo, listen, take some time off, man. You're not going to be good to me if you're dead.
Right.
So,
right.
About to say
I need you 100% great. Take some time to rest. Don't stress out about the little things. Right. Your family needs you. I need you. Get some rest. So
even that stress will continue. It will prolong his healing. So that's great advice to him.
So I mean, stress and drama that can cause a lot of mental stress and just emotional stuff. And he was going through a lot of drama with different people. Me, I handle stuff differently. Like to me, if people are talking junk, I really don't pay attention to it, because to me, nobody's a threat until you're about 3 meters away. And one of each other in person, I just want you to have the same intensity that you've been doing online. But that being said, I try to encourage my friends, like, listen, don't pay attention to that. To me, if it's not giving you peace, profits, or purpose, why are you entertaining it?
Right.
Exactly.
And it's funny because we did talk about yesterday. So Joey made a video earlier today yesterday. Like, we gonna call out somebody. He's like, no, we're not. Like, I'm just messing.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit.
You know what? I mean, to me, I don't want to call out anybody if they can't defend themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
I want if I'm gonna confront somebody, I want you to be in the same room with me, and we can talk as gentlemen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, guys, call in. Look, the number is 602-699-61.
I mean, ain't that what grown men do?
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about it.
I mean,
instead of going back online with the he said, she said. I don't know, Tori. I don't know if you saw my promo, but I was promoting Drake Swift, Sports My 313, and when I got to your part, kitty. I'm like, I don't know.
Did you see it?
I see you. I see.
Yeah,
Listen,
I was like, oh my god. I was gonna copy and paste it to her because I was like, oh my god, she's got to see this. You know what I mean? Because I was like,
well, somebody messaged it to me, and I was
sure you seen
all weekend. I was in and out of signal, and so when I seen it, I just started laughing. I was like,
I watched it while I was driving, like right when I took off, and then when I heard that, I was like, damn! I started cracking up, but that made my day. That's why I shared it real quick. I shared it real quick. I was like,
I actually wanted to make a video promo for this interview this week. But with my schedule, it's just been so crazy. So
oh man, now you got me thinking because that would have been dope. I already know.
You know.
So we'll go back. I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell the COVID thing, but you know, before I get off the subject, you know, I don't know if any of that stuff came back to you, but I was going to tell you, Tori, like a lot of people that have been telling me if they lost the taste, the smell, and all that, if once they get the shot, it kind of comes back. So I don't know if you heard that or not, but some people were telling me that.
So
no, I didn't hear that.
I have, you know, mixed opinions about the shot. I mean, I've been doing my own research, and I always follow my parents' lead. So my dad got the shot. You know what, Pops got it. I want to go that direction also. My wife, on the other hand, she doesn't want to get the shot, so you know she has her opinion about it, and I respect that. Right. I don't talk about certain things with some of my friends because I'll probably lose some friends with certain views that I have. So I just try to keep it neutral, and you know, if I know it's going to help them, I'll share with them. But
the main reason
you're ready to weed the bad ones out, then
is your parents are parents are, and I'm around them all the time, and that's the reason why I got it.
Yes.
Because, you know, they're older. You know, I don't want to give them COVID.
Your daughters,
no, absolutely not.
COVID. So that's probably the main reason why I got it. You know, I got a little. You got it. It is what it is.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of things is that they're saying that it's going to be an entrance to. You know, if I want to go to a concert, or if I want to go to Disneyland, or if I want to go. You know, if I want to get on a plane, I need my, you know, okay, fuck it. I guess I got to get it. You know what I mean? So that's
where it gets kind of tricky because, like, you know, unless you have a shot, can you do this? Can you do that? I mean, what's going to happen next? I mean, like right now, I'm more concerned about my health and me being around my parents, you know, because after I had COVID, I didn't see him for a while. Actually, during the summer, I barely saw him. You know, I'd stop by, drop him on groceries, you know, I don't want to get my parents sick, you know, and my mom and dad actually hasn't seen my kids since last year, you know, but since they got the shot, I think we're going to finally bring my kids over for Mother's Day.
Right.
And my kids are grown. Both of my kids, my daughter's going to be 20 this year. My son just turned 21. So they got their own place. So right now.
It was a question that I didn't know if you had little ones or not. And I know you said you're married. How long have you been married?
That's a good question. We got married twice, actually. In 07, we got married twice. So in 07, we got married on my wife's birthday at the court, and the following year, 08, we got married on my birthday at the church, and had our big reception then. So
okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at one point in time, we had 5 kids here at the crib. You know, besides my 2 kids, we had 3 other foster kids. So I think this was around 2010, 2011, and at that time I was DJing at almost every night at different clubs in Metro Detroit and the Tri-County area from Tuesday through Saturday, different club every night. I had to make a choice. I'm like, yo, you know what? Tanya's at home at the crib with 5 kids. If I'm out every night, I'm gonna get my ass divorced. So we have, have to readjust. And I started doing more.
That's when you
started doing more private events and high-end wedding events. So, which made me available during the weeknights at the crib, and I'm just pretty much heading out maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the most, but predominantly Friday, Saturday. So,
okay, so we'll go back. So we'll hit rewind on it. So, born in the Philippines, came to. Did your parents move to Southwest Detroit in the 80s when they came over from the Philippines?
No, actually, when my mom came to the United States first, she moved to Lansing. She was a nurse over there, and then in the mid '80s, my dad, my brother, and I first moved to Lincoln Park, You know, so at that time I could barely speak English, but I knew how to break dance, man. You know, so I grew up in the neighborhood. Yo, man, check out this little Filipino kid. He can do the windmill, do all kinds of stuff. And I ended up hanging out with older dudes that kind of, you know, took me under the wing.
Right, so I got a question. I know some people that are from the Philippines, they can speak Spanish. So did you speak Spanish or what did you speak?
No, we speak Filipino, which is Tagalog. See, the crazy thing what was happening in the Philippines, same time that was happening in Mexico, you know, several hundred years ago, is when Spain was colonizing Mexico, they were doing the exact same thing to the Philippines. So if you check out like Filipino culture, we have a lot of similarities with the Filipino culture.
Yes.
You know, we're like the only Asian country with Spanish last names.
Right.
In Southeast Asia.
I seen that. And the only reason I know I did what made me do a little research is Manny Pacquiao, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I know that.
So half Mexican, half Filipino. So that's, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know that, you know, you guys are still Christian and, you know, or Catholic or whatever, and you can still kind of have the same views.
The country is country is actually predominantly Christian, mainly Catholic in the north where I'm from. But in the south, a lot of Filipinos are Muslims.
Oh,
you know?
Wow.
A lot of people
Really?
Yeah. So for the longest time, the North and South have been fighting each other. You know,
change your ways, be like us,
You know, but yeah. So the South is predominantly Muslim, but North and mid Philippines is Christian. You know,
I got a crazy question and if I remember, and I'm kind of a history buff, but I remember. So, what was the president that the wife had like 1,000 shoes?
Oh, that was President Marcos.
Yeah.
Marcos.
I just remember she had like 1 million shoes, and it was on the media.
That kind of woman.
Yeah.
Now that I'm understanding more of the Philippine history, now that I'm here in the States, because when I was a boy back in the Philippines, you know, you're just kind of going along with what the media is telling you.
Yeah.
Right. Back then, they made it sound like this guy was the most evil person in the world. So, you know, you just kind of going like, yeah, you know, this guy's bad, blah.
Right.
But, you know, he did some great things for the country, you know. But what I'm trying to say is, like, with today's social media, the news and everything, you really shouldn't just believe what you hear. You know, you should really investigate, do your own research, and
research is key, for sure.
Just following everything.
You're a kid downriver, got a killer windmill. You like hip hop. You're rapping and all kinds of other things, and then you say you get a turntable and you get a 4-track when you graduate from high school.
Yeah.
So that started your kind of DJ career. You made some fellas from Dark Side, and I know he mentioned it, but Dave Vasquez. You know, I remember. I don't know how many guys were in there, but there was Dave. I don't know how many DJs were in the Dark Side guys.
There was like 5, 6.
Originally there were 4. It was me, DJ Vicious, DJ Desire, and Inspector G.
Right.
There you go.
You know,
shout out to Inspector G. Homeboy.
Yeah, I still see Inspector G. You know, Inspector G is actually my jiu-jitsu coach.
Yeah,
so.
He's doing his thing over there. I seen that. I was like, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he's been in mixed martial arts for like the last 20 plus years. So Danny's an amazing guy. He was an awesome DJ back in the day. He's one of those guys that whatever he touches, he just becomes really, really good at. Because when I got with
guy, like we talked about prior, just really cool. Like I said, everybody was cool. They, you know, hey, just, you know, always show me love. Hey, you want to spin for a minute, whatever. But yeah, for sure, much love to them, all them guys.
Yeah. I haven't. I saw Dave at fireworks, and maybe it must have been 2. So that was like 15 years. A long time.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
Dave, I haven't seen David and Eric in years, man. You know, I mean, those guys. So you know, I'm seeing everybody back in the day. But you know, life goes on. We move in different directions. For sure.
Dave used to have that big medalla.
Who didn't have one back then?
Everybody had one of those, man.
Well, it was gold or silver.
Well, no, I'll tell you a funny story. So him and my cousin were really good friends, Mike G. And for whatever reason, I don't know, he burned him. He burned him when he had his cross. He burned him. He burned him. and his chest was burnt, and his medallion was engraved in his chest.
Oh my God.
So,
He branded them, it sounds like.
the branders, they were drunk. It was late.
Well,
Man, you know what? The 90s was a great time for me. I had tons of fun, DJ parties, and like I was telling Drake last night. Yo, we didn't have social media back in the day. All we had, was our beepers and cell phones, and we call somebody up like, "Yo, listen, we throwing a party this weekend," and it would be jam packed. It was crazy.
Word of mouth, man. Word of mouth.
Yeah, spread like wildfire. We're lucky, but I'm grateful that we didn't have social media and we didn't have phones and record of things.
We would have been horrible. We might not even be here today.
Man, exactly.
I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real.
I'm really proud and honored to be part of that generation that didn't have all that proof on them.
Sure. There's a lot of advantage with social media and also a disadvantage.
There is.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
With today's technology. I mean, shoot, I've met so many different people from, different parts of the world just with COVID last year, and it allowed me kind of to rediscover the freestyle genre again, because in late 90s, early 2000, I kind of stopped playing it, not because I didn't want to, I just wasn't making any money from it. So I had to shift to something that would generate an income.
You had to go with the times.
Yeah, so I played more hip hop and rhythmic, top 40 house music, or whatever they call EDM now. But that doesn't mean I didn't love the genre. It was like, yo, do I keep it real or do I get paid?
Right.
I'm paid, bro.
Right. I mean, you can't play. You can't play. I love oldies to death, like as everybody knows,
but still, getting paid is keeping it real.
Spinning oldies, you know what I mean?
and that was always been my mentality back in the day. Now, with that being said, it's not like I did everything for the money, because that's not the kind of guy I am. To me, if you can do something that you love and you can be really great at it, you just got to find a way to find other people to pay you for it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go back. So you're the 90s. You get your 4-track. You graduate from high school, you get your turntable, and then eventually you get to your 1200s. You start making mixtapes. You said you go to
So obviously the first store that I went to was shout out to Gloria Solano and Gracie from Southwest Sound. So I brought in maybe like 50 something tapes at that time. Tapes,
right? Oh yeah,
know what that is.
Love it.
And I dropped it off. I don't know if it was on a weekend or something. Within a couple of days, they called back. Yo, listen, we need a re-up. You sold out. Oh wow, man, that's kind of a great feeling, and it just kept going. Right. But even prior to getting into DJing, my uncle from New York, who he's a musician as well. Wow. He visited me back in high school, my family, when I was in 10th grade, and he brought his keyboard with him and his drum machine, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? But that's kind of so from 10th grade, when I discovered the drum machine, that was it. I'm like, man, you know what? I want to do this. I didn't want to tell my mom and dad because right. Filipino, you either you engineer or you're going through nursing school.
All school.
What you doing? Or you're going to the post office getting a postal job. So
postal job.
Question. So you're selling mixtapes, and I know some DJs that made lots and lots of money selling mixtapes back in the day. So how much? What was the cut on a tape? What did you give
back then?
Back then it was always consignment. So what were we paying back then? Either 5. You sell to the store for 5, and then they sell it for 10 or 15 or whatever. Right. And there's other stores like I think European Tanning in Dearborn, which they still do. You sign it for $5, and they're selling it for $20.
About that
so like, oh my god.
Right.
But hey, they got to make their money. So
remember,
right.
I mean, you had yours in. You had to have yours in. I think in Steve's hair design, right?
I think I have my mixtapes everywhere.
Towards the end, though, I think.
Yeah.
And
there was even one time somebody from Gibraltar, when Gibraltar was still open, I found out they were bootlegging.
Right. Oh, man.
So
I got my first tattoo from there. It's right there.
Oh, I love Gibraltar. I wish they were still open. So
every time someone sees this old rickety tattoo, they're like, "Where you get it?" And I just start laughing because I think of Gibraltar, and so lots of fun memories from there. So I'm sure I probably bought one of your mixtapes from there.
I can't remember what store it was or what guy it was, but this was like I want to say late 90s.
Right.
And I got wind that he's bootlegging my stuff.
That's
So I
crazy,
showed up with one of my own boys and I'm like, yo, man, can I get one of those? And he didn't know it was me.
Right.
So I explained to him, like, listen, man, that's my stuff over there. And I'm, you're making money off my music.
That's crazy.
And off my mixes. So I'm gonna come back in a little bit.
Right.
And my stuff better not be here no more.
Right.
So came back a little bit, all my stuff was gone.
Gone.
Just say, you know what? If you got 10 tapes in here, just give me $5 times 10. You know what I mean? What you didn't want to make a partnership?
You know what? I think at that time I was just young and dumb. So the first thing is just my ego comes into play. Like, yo, man, this guy's getting my money.
Get my shit.
We got to do something about this.
Right.
So it was just those dumb things that I'm glad I never got arresed for. So
late 90s,
that's probably the guy that gave me this tattoo.
Late 90s, you didn't need to do that, man. I mean, I'm just guessing, but
well,
I don't think, you know what I mean? You didn't need his business in the late 90s to me.
No, I mean,
no.
I'm not even upset at the bootleggers no more because, like, you know what? One way or another, somebody's buying my stuff, and it's just free advertisement. And if you really look,
at it, you can look at it from both sides, right?
Yes.
Right.
It took me a while to kind of understand that. I mean, obviously, I'm a lot more mature now than I was back in my knucklehead days, but. I realized, like, you know what? Who cares if they're bootlegging it? Because it's still promotion for me.
Yeah.
Some people that maybe I couldn't reach, they can reach out to them, and somehow it finds its way back to myself anyway.
And you know what? That's like our mentality because all I ever wanted to do was put. I was making them and just giving them out. But yeah, I mean, back then that was all anybody wanted to do. They wanted to get their stuff into the stores and. And see what happens. So that was the passion of it. So, the money was going to be there.
Absolutely. My partner back in the day, also a DJ Cyclone. He started distributing my boy Inspector G's tape, and me and Cyclone connected, and he just started distributing my stuff, which made it easier for me because I'm like, I got to deal with the store owners, and we just everything half. All I got to do is put out the product. So that was great to have a little bit of the distribution through him. But it's like my other friends, they stopped DJing. He went into a different direction. I think I'm one of the last of the Mohicans who actually still doing this for a
sure. So. Real quick though, I got a quick question. You guys like Inspector G? There was a tape or two. I don't know. Who? Like, did you have somebody that did your artwork on the tapes on the cassette? Like on the covers,
Inspector G. I think
that was always cool. That's what stood out to me.
Yeah, because I mean, really, if you look at the cartoon, Inspector Gadget,
right. That's why that was one of my favorite cartoons. That's why I was like, this shit is out cold. It's so dope. Like,
go Gadget arms. Boom.
Loved it, man. That shit was sweet as hell, man.
Inspector G did his artwork. I did my own artwork.
Okay, damn.
Even before the music thing, I was actually an art major in college because in high school, that's what I was doing. I concentrated on graphic design.
No shit.
And I entered a nationwide competition and I won third place at college. And they gave me, I think at that time, they gave me like, what's it, 30 or 40 grand worth of scholarship. Damn, so my mom and dad were super happy about it. But by the time I got to my sophomore year, somehow music drew me back in and I went in a different direction. They were so disappointed.
You were doing so good.
What are you doing, throwing your life away, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it makes me happy. I don't know.
You believed in it.
It makes
you just
me
believed
happy.
in it, man.
And then, I mean, my parents, they always had, it's not like they didn't support me. Of course they did.
Right.
But they wanted me to have my degree first. And I get that. But I just took a different direction.
They wanted you to have the very absolute best. And in their eyes, it was
in their opinion the best. But you knew what was best for you.
Career. They wanted you to have a career, and they didn't see no career in that.
No, they didn't see no career
in that. Can you blame them? Because, like you just repeated, you're one of the last of the Mohicans, and that's, I'm just gonna ask the question now because I only got like two of them. But like, what back then? Like, what inspired? Like, was there anybody that was inspiring you? Other than you, because not everybody gets. You might get a pair of turntables, and I had to beg to get my father to help me and go half with me and stuff like that to get used ones.
Yeah,
and that was in like 94, 95, and so now everybody gets turntables and a 4-track. So
So
Right.
I have tons and tons of mentors from back in the day, and some I've actually never met. You know, I just kind of looked up to them, and I would follow their pattern and see what they were doing as far as positivity or something, or their success, and follow also some of the wrong things that they've done, and apply it to my journey.
Smart,
and take the best from the best and kind of mold my own thing. Obviously, you know, shout out to the godfather of freestyle in Southwest Detroit. May rest in peace. DJ Hurricane was a big influence for me as a freestyle DJ, artist, producer, because man, I wanted to be with that clique. But
right.
older,
That was my next question. Go ahead.
when I would come around, they really didn't know who I was. So and it's okay. I mean, you know, shout out to the OGs. You know, Mick Love, Hard Copy.
Right, but they learned.
Nah, man, I got nothing but love. I got nothing but love for those guys. Those guys are like my big brothers.
Right.
You know, and
For sure.
honestly, if I regret something, I regret the fact that I never personally got to work hand in hand with Dave. You know, my boy Angel Live, you know, he worked side by side with them.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't get that opportunity because I was always busy doing my thing. And you know, years later, me and Dave connected again, and he would stop at some of my gigs, like when I was playing at Hard Rock Cafe, and just show me mad love. Every time whenever I see that guy, show me nothing but mad love. So you know, much respect to DJ Hurricane. And in case you guys didn't know, I actually got a show on Hurricane Radio on Fridays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with Xavier, DJ Toucan, and DJ Mike Shadow. So we do that every week.
I'll be checking it out.
So I want to go back. So you're selling mixtapes, pretty getting them out or whatever. And what makes you different? And I know you said we were talking about bootleg, and I've had this conversation with Sean DJ Motion a lot because you know I worked with him closely back in the '90s. You know he made his different because you know if it wasn't gold, it's bootleg, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
Much respect to DJ Motion.
But for you, yours, I think you said yours stood out because you were the only guy rapping on your mixtapes.
I'd rap and I'd sing on my mixtapes, and no other DJ, at least not that I know of, knows about that. And years ago, me and Angel always, you know, bust jokes about this. Like, nigga, I want to battle you. You know, I wanted to show you what's up until I heard you sing and rap on your mixtape. Then he's like,
no, you don't. I was about to say, no, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, but shout out to my brother DJ Angel Live, man. That's my carnalito. So shout out to him.
So, you know, you're doing something different, you know, and I think that's what makes you stand out, and that's probably what's made you pass, and you're still standing. You know, some of those early things that you did made you stand out.
Yeah, I would love to know some numbers on the first tape that you rapped on, but that's okay.
Oh,
I would say I would love to. I don't expect you to share them, but
no, I'd be happy to share them. So this is all independently. This is just through here in our region in southeastern Michigan. I think at one point me and Cyclone cleared like 10 G's for one mixtape.
That's
you
crazy.
know,
Back
no
then,
crazy distribution. Yeah. Trunk hustler.
Wow.
You know,
and
you know, for two guys,
real bad about that.
Yeah, for two young guys back in the day, that's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah, no,
it didn't all happen at once. It was a over accumulation, over the months.
That tape was like the hottest, man. Like everybody had it, man. Everybody was, back then, just everybody was playing that shit. I don't care what ride you hopped in or wherever you. So.
Oh man, my volume
that was history.
Still sells crazy. I mean, I still have it on my website. People still buy it, so
That's
dope.
Longevity. That's what you were aiming for, longevity, man.
I think longevity and just being consistent is the key, and also, I mean, just having passion with whatever it is that you're doing. I mean, this is one of the things that I teach my kids and everybody that I mentor. Like, if you're gonna do something in life, it's good, to make money, but don't just do it for the money. Do it because you love it. It's going to show, aim for greatness, because if you do that, man, just all kinds of accolades just
the money will come. The money will come.
And more opportunities.
And money, opportunity, exactly. Yep, opportunities and just things to cross your path and people and networking and so much love and good comes to it. And a lot of people don't understand that when you do that and all this money comes to you because you come from a place of love, you can have such an impact on other people. So that's great to teach.
Absolutely. And I feel super blessed to be able to DJ for a living all these years, because it's not for everybody. For the last 20 years, that's all I've been doing. to be honest with you, I haven't had a day job in the last 20 years till recently. I got a day job with one of my buddies, just because events are a little bit slow right now, and it's not really something that I want to do, but it's something that I have to do. As a man.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you there.
Especially one thing real quick, especially over the past year, music has really been just phenomenal therapy for people. So you being able to, carry that out still with the longevity of it. And you spread happiness, you spread good vibes, you spread energy. You speak to people when they are down, when they're feeling some type of way. They get in their car, they hear your mixes, they hear your beats, they hear all this, and they just get this uplifting. So it's just a positive thing all the way around.
You already know.
It's been a great, amazing journey for me, because like I was telling Drake last night, even besides having a freestyle background, some of the venues that I played at in Metro Detroit have no idea that I come from a freestyle background.
So hold on.
Place, club music, pop or house or whatever.
Right.
That's all they know me. So
you say it's the 90s. You start branching out, and you see that, like you were just saying. So you start doing all these different venues, and they don't know what freestyle is. And you're playing top 40. And then it was funny, the conversation that we had yesterday, because you said in 2000 you had a job, and you were like, you know what, I got to put this behind me. If I'm going to make this work, I got to give you the 110%. So you gave your 2 weeks, and you never looked back.
No, it was great. I was working for DHL Airways. And I think I was already making probably like, as a single man, like $45K a year from my day job, but I made more money DJing. So I had to like, what do you want to do? And I was at a point at DHL Airways. I was only working Monday to Thursday. They never worked me Friday or Saturday because they knew I had to DJ. So my supervisor at that time, she's like, hey, we need to move up. Like, oh, I don't want your position. Let me do your job. And I bust my ass so I can work Monday to Thursday. But when Friday and Saturday came around, like, yo, don't put me in the schedule. I got shit to do.
I got shit to do.
And if you want to do when you need a DJ, then you better let me.
And so we had a new new management, and then they started messing around with my schedule. So I was like, yo, I can't work on these days. And like, well, you either work or you're not gonna work in here no more. So I was like, okay, I'll give you my 2 weeks then.
Right.
Okay, bye.
I'm surprised because Astana, Federal Express, DHL, all that. You don't work weekends, like you don't work. You know what I mean? You ain't working for that. You know what I'm saying?
So and I learned so much from the company at that time, and it was a great experience because besides being a courier, I worked in a warehouse and I did logistics, I did the hazmat, and I got to the point that I was working the tarmac at the airport, like the weight and balance for the plane. Like this plane needs to be loaded properly or it's going to crash. So depending on me to make sure the weight and balance is proper. Ooh. And at that time, because I was so young and there were some older guys in the tarmac, and they really wouldn't listen to me. And at times, like if our plane is late, I think the company was getting fined $1,000 per minute. So you cannot have be late for 15 minutes because that's 15.
That's a lot on your head. Yeah.
So at that time, they weren't listening to me. So it's like I had to make an example and write them up. And they weren't in my crew no more. So the following week when I got back on schedule again, everybody was just listening after I made an example. I don't want to be that guy, but like, listen, I need to get this plane out on time because that way I can keep my position and they're not fucking with me on the weekend because I want to DJ Friday.
So you started. So when did you approach, or how did that go? Where you approached MGM and then you started, DJing there and doing these nightclubs? Because that's pretty big. You DJing at MGM.
Yeah. So it's one of those things again, like the journey and the path that I took is I always aim for greatness, and I didn't approach them. They approached me. So one of the promoters and talent buyers at the time was Mike Anthony and Tom T, and we've always known each other through the industry, and they saw me playing, I think, at Crave in Dearborn at that time, and they just came up like, hey Joe, would you be interested in doing a set at Ignite? I'm like, yeah, sure, man. We can talk business. And then their contract expired, and Captain 20, Nick Haddad, took over the talent buyer position at MGM, and Nick really didn't know me at all, but I knew of him through the industry, and we connected. He didn't have to keep me on the payroll, but he did. And, much love to Captain 20 because over a decade later, we're still working together. And he's one of those few guys that can probably tell me to jump, and I'll just say, how high?
Nice.
Not too many people
That's dope.
do that with me, except for my mom and dad. But
dope.
he's always looked out for me. So if the casino,
What about
schedule?
the wife? What about the wife?
My wife? That too. So, it's one of those things. My family knows that my wife is spoiled. So she's a stay-at-home mom. And, but I love my wife. Me and her are like best friends. So especially now that
That's
we have an empty nest, I feel like we're dating again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's crazy. So I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you can see here. Like I have this little love couch back there. When my son moved out and got his apartment, he was like, "Hey, Dad, can I have the sectional?" Like, bro, get the sectional. I ain't lifting nothing. So get your homeboys to help you take it to your crib. Because I'm buying me a love couch for me and your mom when we watching TV.
Hey, you still do the arm, the yawn, and put
all the time. Oh my God, I make my wife smile and laugh 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I make her fall in love with me every day.
That's dope.
Maybe twice a week on a slow week, but for the most part, I'm laugh with all the stupid things that I say. So.
That's so awesome. Do you have a brother? No, I'm just kidding.
So it's 2000. You're getting these.
Slide that in there.
When did you meet your wife?
Put that in there.
I met my wife in 2005.
Okay.
And
did you guys discuss what you wanted and what your views are? And you decided, hey, you know what? This is a great partner that I have, and we start your company. When did that happen?
So, this is actually a two-part question. It seems like so. I met my wife in 2005, and I wasn't really expecting for me and her to move forward. I mean, I thought it was just going to be like a booty call or something, But it kept going. I was in a horrible time in my life, emotionally in 2005 because I was brokenhearted. My ex-girlfriend broke my heart, and I wasn't really ready to get into a relationship. And me and Tanya met on a fluke. I met her on a Thursday night at Club Divine. If you listen to a lot of my songs, if you listen to it, it's really about my wife. So
that's
like,
awesome.
But I was brokenhearted at that time. I was at my lowest. I wouldn't show it because I would always smile, but deep down inside, my ex girl just crushed my heart, like threw it in a blender, and I'm like, okay, we got to do what we got to do. So, but she came into my life and stood by my side. Man, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. But
she was meant to be there.
Yeah, so I mean,
you were supposed to be with. That girl was supposed to break your heart. That girl was supposed to throw your heart in a blender because your wife was the one that you were supposed to be with.
Yes,
she's the one that came to
Now that I look back at it,
person.
Yeah, I think it's what was supposed to happen, and
absolutely.
But I think
she's your soul tie. She's your soul tie. For sure. That's
I think the second part of the question from Drake was as far as a business partner. Is that what you're asking me with my wife?
Yeah.
Yes and no. For the most part, I'm self-sufficient, so I run my entire business by myself, and I book other DJs and other videographers and photographers. But she does help me out a lot with the business and things that I need to do here in the house. So it's still.
You said that she's out there, she's filming and all that for you when you had COVID. So I thought, you know what I mean? Like,
oh no, I was still in the scene. I was sick at the job,
right?
But I had to sit down a lot. So I've taught her how to shoot, so she knows how to shoot. So she was covering a lot of the stuff that I couldn't get. And man, I was so off my game that day. After we left the church shooting for the ceremony and went to another location, I forgot a couple of camera bags at the church.
Damn.
So she had to go back and grab it because I just wasn't, on my A game. My clients never knew that, in their head, like, oh man, this guy's doing his thing, and deep inside I'm freaking dying. I'm like, I gotta sit down.
That's a true professional, though. That's a true professional when they don't know.
when did you? I guess so. When did you organize your company? Because to be honest with you, bringing Alex back into the fold, and bringing, that was my thing. Where I wanted to be a production company and booking DJs for different events, doing all that stuff. That was my dream. But what happened is I started driving whores, and I opened an escort service. So I went somewhere totally different. So I started escort.
Instead of making a left or a right, you
drink
made a
water.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, DJ thing, because I didn't DJ, but I was like me organizing DJ, and it's okay money. But I was like, you know what? I started making $5,000 a night, so I was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm better with whores. So
get in the car, bitch. We got shit to do.
Yeah.
So as far as organizing my company, it was always a learning process, and I don't have all the answers. I mean, I'm still a work in progress, and I'm still a student of the game, so the game is constantly evolving, and I'm evolving with it. There's always changes and different factors that comes with it. I think a lot of times certain people, they don't want to change, so they get stuck with certain ways. Like I got some friends were still stuck in 1994.
Still carrying crates and shit.
I call those still people.
Yeah,
Still
carrying crates and shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, still complaining, still in the same spot, still stuck, still negative, still people. Stay away from still people.
Yeah, I'm allergic to those people. I stay away from them.
Okay, yeah.
You're DJing at all these clubs and all these different things, and it's funny because you mentioned it right now. You said, "Hey, I gotta kind of maybe keep doing this, but actually tweak it and maybe make myself more available." And you're basically delegating and hiring DJs, do different things. And you said, "I got to figure this out because I got 5 kids at home." And I'm going to get divorced. And that's funny that you say that, right? Because you're like, hey, you know what? Let me do like these weddings. So when did you decide to get booked for like your first wedding? And you know what I mean? Because that is like a really a big thing. Because there's DJs that do clubs, but they won't touch. Like they won't touch because that is a big day for not for a guy, but I guess for a guy, but for a girl, right? It's
a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility. So when did you decide to make that switch? Because you're like, hey, you know what? I don't want to get divorced. I got these 5 kids at home. I got to do this, and then I'll delegate this, and then I'll form this company. You know what I mean? When did you hit that switch, or when did you make that switch?
I've actually been doing weddings since the mid 90s, late 90s. But I enjoyed being in the club scene more. And even one of my close friends, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her, DJ Paradise. She had her own company back in the day also, and she used to book me. And she would always tell me like, Joe, I don't see why you just don't do weddings. You're very good at it, and I know you can make quadruple the amount of what you're making. So she always had that vote of confidence in me. But it wasn't like I discovered it one day. I knew that not only that you have to be an artist, you have to be also a contractor and be able to learn to combine both personalities and be able to separate them. A lot of times I want to be an artist and do my thing, but the contractor and the business side of things will tell me, you know what, we can find a way to multiply ourselves and find talent similar to yours and be able to book these DJs that not only am I being able to provide work for them, it's a win-win for everybody. And I pay my team members very, very well, to do what they do because I want them to be taken care of. Just like I want to be taken care of. I want to make sure my team is taken care of. Just like, shout out to my mentor, Nick Haddad, Captain 20. He always takes care of me. If MGM or another venue is messing with me, I'm like, I'm not even talking to you guys. I'm calling Nick, and he's going to handle it. So, the check is always in the mail with that guy. So shout out to Captain 20.
That's good. That's great. So, now that you said it's been, I don't know when you formed your company. What year did you form your company?
I actually have 2 companies. I have Sonic Armada Records and I have DJ Joey A Productions. Sonic Armada was established 2008, 2009, and we established DJ Joey A Productions, I think, sometime 2016. So we're still running both. somehow they kind of got intertwined because one's supposed to be mainly for the club scene and the record people, and
that would be the Joey, right?
Yeah, for all the other events, but they kind of cross intertwined, and
that's good. That's great.
Once they figure out exactly who you are, there's no way to not cross it.
Mixing the formula, man.
We just keep moving forward with it, and right now I have a new company that we're working with out in Fresno, California, Hot 97.7 Radio, with my partner Evan Alexander. So
hold on, jumping. So you're doing this. So when did you? So you start doing weddings because you're like, hey, you know what? This is great money. And then when did you integrate the camera, the video, all that stuff? When did that happen? Because I know you said, you know what, I picked up a camera, and then because you said that you tapped out to a couple people and be like, hey, can you help me on this? And they were like, I got you. But when it came down to it, you're like, shit, I'm asked out. I got to figure out this myself. So you picked up a camera, and then you started doing, you started offering all these services, because when you do come to somebody that's getting married and you're like, hey, I got you on DJ, and I got you on video, I got you on photo, then you're a whole package.
Absolutely. So one of the questions Drake asked me last night, like, man, how do you do all that to be able to DJ, photograph, video record? I'm like, well, I can't do it all myself. I'll be one of those guys, one of those toy monkeys that are clapping, and then you're like, no, we got to delegate. So I have an entire team. I'll usually, if we do the entire package, it'll probably be a team of 4 or 5 with me. And depending if it's locally, then obviously we just go to the venue. But if it's out of town or out of state, it's required in my rider. Like, you guys got to book us a room, because we're not coming home that night, and the food and amenities and things like that. It didn't just happen like overnight, but like Drake mentioned earlier, I wanted some help from other videographers, and they always say, yo, I got you, I take care. Like, nigga, I don't want you to take care of me, I want to pay you, because if someone calls you, I don't want you to hold me out. And that's what would always happen. So I was like, screw it, I've always been self-sufficient, let me do my research and get my own gear. And it kind of worked out to my favor, because obviously it opened up other doors besides doing the music, the DJ, the production. With the camera, with photography and videography, I feel like I just discovered a whole new room in my house that wasn't that I didn't know existed.
Absolutely.
Cool room that I can be creative, and at the same time, that's just me being an artist. But the contractor will also kick in, like, well, I think we can, generate some revenue from this avenue as well. So why not?
Why not?
Of course. And then you got, with your background in the graphic design. I mean. Everything goes hand in hand.
Creativity flowing everywhere.
Like I went to Specs Howard in 2011 and learned all of that, and I was like, damn, what am I gonna do with all this? And it was photography and video camera that I fell in love with, and I tell Drake, I was like, I got to get the photography going though. So
yeah, just what,
I might be inboxing you for a little bit of help, man, or advice.
Just keep building your craft. Just keep building your craft. I mean, obviously it's great to make money, but for me, that's not really a motivating factor.
Creativity that I love about photography, videography. We had to edit all our shit like that. I was like, wow, I get paid doing this, and I was good at it. I was quick, and I'm a very impatient person. But editing, I was like, for some reason, I was quick with it. And I was just like, damn, this is dope. So I gotta invest in those programs for sure.
Well, it's one of those things. You just gotta concentrate on the tool or the weapon that you're using. If you want to do the video, concentrate on that first. And if you want to do photography or graphic design, concentrate on that until you get very
editing.
Move on to another weapon. So.
All right, we got some phone caller. Who we got on the line? Hello. I guess they're not there. Hello. Nobody there. Alex, somebody had a question for you. I don't know what his question is because he never did said anything. But I guess I'll hang up. Caller, I don't hear you. Caller, are you there? It's not.
Nah, they're not there.
Oh yeah. They got scared.
Their flip phone died.
They got scared.
They got scared.
They got scared.
So you got this going on. You're doing weddings. And then COVID hits.
Yeah.
2020, it devastates. I know you said it devastates your company, but it actually devastates the whole country, right?
I mean, it's hard for everybody. It's not just the entertainment industry. I mean, it's also the restaurant industry, hospitality industry, and at the same time, I feel bad for all my couples who have been planning their wedding events. Some of them have booked me like 2 years in advance, only to get canceled time after time. And one of the things that Drake asked me yesterday, like, how do you deal with the deposit? How do you deal with it? So if I'm available on their new date, I'll be happy to help them out. But if I'm not available, the other choice would be one of my DJs. And if they don't want that, then there's no refund of the deposit. Because at the end of the day, my calendar is my inventory. You know what I'm saying? So if you pick a date and you booked it, I'm not going to take on another job, even if the other job is going to pay more, because I'm committed to whoever I signed up with. And to me, that's
good business.
And that's funny you say that.
It is.
I have a food truck, and I know that was a big thing. If you book me for that date and you cancel, I'm not giving your money back, because I mean, I booked that date, and I lost the opportunity to book it with someone else. So that makes
commitment on both sides.
It is. Yeah,
I get
absolutely.
it.
You promised
and
me
it's hard. Well, it's hard too, because in this situation, this commitment happened and it was unforeseen, COVID,
and it's nobody's fault.
So you feel bad and you try to accommodate them the best possible, but you can only do so much because your hands are tied as well. We've all been put in a predicament where, it is what it is, and we just got to roll with the punches. So, and it just, taking this toll on everybody who, like you said, the restaurant industry, the entertainment industry, any place, the service industry where people gather has been affected. Everybody's lives affected. So if they can't understand that,
so much.
All right, we got on the line.
They came back.
Can't hear you. What were you saying?
Oh, I don't understand.
Hello.
Look, tell me what you want and stop on my phone.
Oh.
Call it. I'm not gonna make you stop calling it.
I hope that ain't.
Then I call my phone again.
Said better not call her phone. Sorry.
All right, you're on you're live on the show right now.
Oh, I shove a little porcupine up your nose.
That's fun.
You got messed up somebody.
Time for that pill.
What do you got called?
What in the world? She
Well,
had to dial the wrong number.
Did you cancel one of her events? Did she not get her deposit back? What is happening here?
My clientele, I'm super blessed because I have the best clientele. They most of my business pretty much all referral, all through word of mouth. And these are one of the advice I would suggest to other DJs trying to build their company. It's just just make sure you have great customer service. What does that mean? That means if they text you, they email you, respond right away, even if you don't have the answer. If somebody was to email me inquiring about a date, I'll usually respond within 5 minutes, like, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm not available right now, but I would love to talk to you sometime later this evening or sometime this weekend. What's a good time to call? Just be responsive.
Yeah, that connection means a lot.
That means that be responsive. If I swear, if everybody could just live by that, even if you don't have the answer, just text me and let me know you see.
I think it's called.
Right?
I think it's called back in the
huge.
80s. Like when I was younger, I think it's called common courtesy, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely. It's like going to a restaurant and then nobody greets you and you're just standing there, waiting for somebody to sit you down. At least have the decency, like, hey guys, thanks for coming in. We'll be right with you. Just a little slam right now.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Boom,
Absolutely.
boom, right there,
the number, but
acknowledgement.
Before 2020 COVID hit, you said you were doing about 45 weddings.
Oh,
what did it go down to in 2020 with the COVID? You said I took at 3 or 7.
So normally by myself, I'll do about probably 45 to 50 weddings a year, and then probably another 125 club events. For the wedding for last year, I did like 4. I did 4 weddings.
Hell of a schedule.
And then all of my other DJs did like, I think 2 or 3. So you can just imagine the amount of revenue.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, damn.
Yeah.
That did the math real quick for me.
And I had some, I I had mad cheese stacked to the side during COVID, my savings, but that's pretty much all gone, you know. And
a lot of people, same for a lot.
Or anything. So, you know, right now it's like I'm at the rebuilding stage again. Everything was a lesson learned last year. That's kind of how I look at it, you know, because like to me, if you're not 6 feet under, you're not locked up, you have an opportunity to learn and move forward. So
right.
Move forward.
Yeah. It's something that you love and have passion for, right?
So you know, COVID hits, you're rebounding, and then you know you rescheduled to 2022, and you just kept putting dates or whatever. And then I guess the main question was, what's next for Joey A? And then you said, hey, when did you get this idea of starting your own freestyle station with the guy out in Fresno?
So I met Evan Alexander last year online, and then he came out here to Detroit. Why does the song keep popping up? I met him here through a cancer event.
Prank caller. Hey, prank caller, you're on a show.
DJ Mike on the afternoon drive show from Light FM. Light FM. Light FM. Light FM. With DJ Mike. You're on the air. How you feeling today?
Never heard of him.
Hello.
Awesome. Now, here's what I'm calling.
DJ Magic Mike.
Giving away an all-expense paid vacation prize.
Yeah, that was
They're calling about our car warranty. I think they're calling about our car warranty.
Oh, warranty. It was a car warranty.
My student loans I don't have.
So going back to Evan Alexander, partner out in California, the station that we got going on right now, it's actually functional online. It's hot977radio.com. Evan just got the building out in Fresno, so we might be functional fully. I'm hoping by July with the antenna coming up. There'll be a full-blown radio station, but we're not just doing freestyle. I mean, the freestyle probably maybe I want to say 25% at the most. We're playing music from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Pretty much a lot of the music that our generation grew up to, you know, and which they're not playing on regular rhythmic radio stations right now. So my role in there, besides being his partner, is the program director. So right now, if you listen to the station, a lot of programming is through me. So
right. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Because you know you're kind of taking it back. You know what I mean, a little bit. So
absolutely. You know, I miss the feel good music from the late 90s,
96.3 shit.
Yeah, I mean even with
it don't hit the same. It don't hit the same.
No. I mean our generation grew up to how can I put it? With rap music, our generation grew up to like drug dealer music, and the new generation is growing up drug user music.
Right. Big difference, right?
Big difference.
And you know what? Man, you just nailed that one, didn't you?
I wanted to say that was kind of like what I was gonna get to earlier. Like that's what I missed about our generation, and I just wanted to get your perspective on like the comparison. I always ask, from whether it's hip hop or just music in general, then and now. But like what I miss is, back then there was, like every record company had like a group, a faction, and they had their, like Death Row had Tupac. They had their main guy. Death Row had Tupac. And like you know what I mean. The West Coast had Ice Cube and all that. So like that's how I looked at you, because it was like Dark Side, but it was like Joey A was the one like leading the pack, or Hurricane was the one leading. So that's what I missed about the camaraderie and everybody just looked out for each other. You know what I mean? Everybody showed love and all that stuff. So my question is, what do you think about whether it's rap or hip hop now? I ain't gonna call it hip hop now, but what do you think about the music now compared to then? Like what do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
I think there's still a lot of great music out there. Maybe it's not just being played on mainstream radio. I feel like mainstream radio is dumbing down an entire generation, which is kind of sad. I mean, I don't know, that's a whole other topic to discuss, possibly in another interview or something. But I think there's still some good music out there. For example, shout out to my boy Ali Cassius Jr. He's originally from Southwest Detroit. He's out in Phoenix, and he's doing great stuff with his music, with hip hop. Obviously there's J. Cole's out there. There's the Logics. I mean,
Big Sean's.
Big Sean. Absolutely. I mean, and even though there's like, we call it mumble rap, I do like the beat. I'm not really crazy with the lyrics, with the sound effects.
Right.
whatever.
Right,
but
right.
Yeah.
It's a different generation.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Right,
So
right. I think when Eminem came out, there was a lot of that. You got a lot of that, but there's a time and place for all of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, in my opinion, I mean,
yeah. There's certain things that they play that gets played on mainstream radio, and you're like, how did this even make it past somebody's finger?
That's what,
why?
Yeah, Tori, I'm like,
why is this happening? It makes me angry sometimes, right? Like, I got to turn this shit off. I can't deal with this. This is dumb. I just lost brain cells listening to this. Like, the beat would be good, but past that, I'm like, did she just fucking say that?
Right.
Who is listening to this?
Right.
Not music.
Yeah, and like I said, listening to the verses the other day, oh man, I was just like taken back so much, and just, and even Redman said, he mentioned, I mentioned the other day on the other show we do on Wednesdays, Spotlight Wednesdays, little plug there, but he was just like, while Method Man was spitting, he was just like, what happened to, because they would sample a lot of old like oldies and stuff like that in their raps and stuff like that. They, you know what I mean? And that was the thing about hip hop back in the day. I didn't really pay attention to, didn't think about. I was just listening and vibing. But they got rappers or whatever. They get stereotyped and all that stuff. Little do fans know, the non-fans know that that they grew up listening to oldies or listening to James Brown or you know what I mean. So they have a love and a passion for what they're doing. So. Yeah, but Redman was just like, why can't, they don't make music like this no more. He's like, God, these kids just ain't talented or something like that no more.
They don't tell a story no more.
Exactly.
No, you'll barely hear any storytelling.
The cup and your best friend busted it open. That's all he's talking about.
Right.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, some of the new music out there, I don't mind. I mean, at the end of the day, I still listen to
and we have to, you have to play it. You have to.
I like a good beat. I like a story. I want you to make me feel. Right. I want you to, I don't know the term where you say a certain word and then you turn around. Lyricists will give you 3 definitions and meanings of it back to back. You're like, damn, that was dope. Okay, right. I love that, just to actually make your mind think and expand. And this music these days, some of this is just,
yeah.
Like, I just feel like I'm on a hamster wheel with the same thing that they're saying about the same thing. And I'm
I totally feel you. Like, some of the lyrics would just be talking about, I don't know, sipping on lean or some kind of drugs that they're taking. And I'm like, man, nigga, you're a bum. You just
they were talking about a lot of the same stuff back then, but they were doing it with stories and in their own style. They weren't copycatting and shit.
Yes, so, different flow, and the flow didn't sound the same, and it wasn't always auto-tune and all these little. Yeah, it's just terrible. Terrible. Or or they're popping pills like nonstop. Why are you?
So I got one last question, Drake, for him. I don't know if I don't know if you were gonna get to this, but I just wanted to ask you what was your feelings on I don't want to leave Black Rob out, so I'll start with Black Rob. But with just the passage of DMX, Shock G, like,
oh man, I mean it's a horrible feeling, man. I mean, Shock G. Humpty Hump. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I don't know if Tupac would have been around, because, Tupac got his break from Digital Underground.
Exactly.
DMX, passing. Man, that's crazy, Black. So, I mean, with that being said, I think, life is too short, and sometimes people want to be in constant drama and bickering and all that. I'm like, man, you know what? I ain't got no time for that.
Right. When you get older, none of that shit matters.
Like, at the stage I'm on in my life, I'm more concerned about stability, security, and just happiness.
Exactly.
If like I said earlier, if it's not bringing me any peace, purpose, or profit, I have zero time for this. Don't waste my time.
3 P's, baby. The 3 P's. I like that.
Yeah. So is your piece. And so is your piece. It's very valuable. People, as you get older, you realize that, and you don't want to compromise it for anyone.
Absolutely not. Whether friends or family or associates or whoever, it's like I have zero time for that. And if people are about their bullshit, hey man, go do your thing. Just
right.
Get the hell away from me.
Yep. 6 feet times 2.
I saw, yeah, right. I do. A friend, Hush Carla. Do you know who Hush is? He made a post about Chuck G, and I thought it was really great. And what really stood out is it was really long, and he talked about their time together, but it spoke out about how positive he was, like just the outpour of positivity that he had. And I didn't know this about him. I just knew he was a rapper and Digital Underground and all the things that most people know about him. But to hear how positive, he said he was just a bright light, and he was always trying to diffuse things and to lift people up and give them positivity. He said anytime he saw him, he would literally, give him this huge hug, but you could feel his energy. And I just think that that's great.
Yeah,
I think it was awesome that he, that's what he, remembered about him, on top of all the events and hanging out with him and going on tour and these different things. So I really enjoyed hearing that part about him as well, because you don't hear a lot about that. You just hear the bad stuff and they're passing. And so to hear that somebody was spreading light like that is awesome.
For sure.
I was trying to queue up some of the stuff that was Alex was bringing up, but for whatever reason, like the Redman and stuff, it just wasn't.
Don't answer that. I'm not here.
Oh, is that a ringtone? That's a ringtone, right?
I got car warranty.
Say that again.
No, so I was trying to queue up the Redman thing. So yeah, that was. I mean, I know you were. We talked, and yeah, definitely. With the passing of Shock G, there would possibly be no Tupac. The DMX passing. So I mean, some guys that basically just passed, and probably before their time and stuff like that. So I appreciate that you answering that stuff. Congratulations on the radio station.
Yeah,
thank you so
much. So I know you said the next move is, once you got this up, you definitely want to duplicate it and possibly put different radio stations in different cities. That'd be awesome. Is that like that?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be dope. And I know you said that he's handling the recruiting of the disc jockeys out in Fresno. I know you said about 20 to 25% are going to be freestyle. You said top 40 or hip hop? What do you got?
It'd be more rhythmic top 40. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So if you guys are back here in Detroit, I know you guys are out in the West right now. I think Alex is still out in Detroit. It'll be similar music, from JLB, Channel 955, early 2000, late 90s, things like
top
that.
40.
Yeah.
He said JLB, yes.
We're not going too deep into hip hop or anything like that, but it's just
right.
Yeah,
music, feel good music.
Right.
Yeah, we want to be
a little bit of Bad Boy, a little bit of
yes,
a little bit of sprinkle, a little bit of hip hop in there. I got you.
He's a little sprinkle.
A little bit of them, the mainstream, or as they used to call it back then, the commercial.
Right.
Commercial.
But the feel good sprinkles, I like it.
So, but hey guys, I didn't realize how late it is already. It's almost 12:30 for me here Eastern Standard Time in Detroit. I got to get going soon. But man, thank you for the opportunity to chop it up with me.
You for coming on, Joey. It's good to see you.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You're very, very welcome on. But I got to get going.
No problem.
Thank you guys again for having us.
Congratulations. Everything down the road. Go ahead, Drake. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say plug all your stuff, Joey. Yeah, I was going to tell you just congratulations. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Go ahead and plug all your stuff, and we'll let you go.
I'm not hard to find. All my social media handles ends with DJ Joey A. And for the most part, you can just log on to my website for merch, USB CDs at djjoey.com. Holla at your big homie. Let me know what's going down, baby.
Hey.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man.
You guys have a good one. Take care. Peace.
Have a blessed day, bro.
You too as well. God bless. Stay safe.
Bye.
Take this off the board. I was trying to get the Redman for whatever
refreshing.
Oh, it keeps calling. It's stalking us.
I don't know. I kept saying hello.
That's your fault, Tori, from Wednesday.
They were trying to.
That's why.
Listen, my fans. I'm telling you, my fans are out of control. But
anyways,
back to Joey A. Back to Joey A. Real quick. Let me just say, I love his energy. He's fucking dope.
Oh yeah.
He's cool. I love his energy.
He's been like
great
that.
human.
Been like that since I met him too. That's
I've met him a few times, like in event settings, but never actually got to really speak to him. So just hearing him, very humble. I love the fact that he, he puts his family first. He loves his wife so much. That's fucking just awesome. I love anybody who who is just so loving.
Right.
Hello, caller. Are you there? I guess not. They just keep hanging up.
I also like that he mentioned that he was a foster parent. I thought that was really fucking cool too.
Right.
Like little things, but in general, and the music, I can't wait to listen to his show. Yeah, no, it shows up.
I don't know if you noticed. I know somebody said in the chat, and I noticed I didn't say anything, Tori, but you're a little bit of robot a couple times.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a little bit of a delay.
This guy won't leave me alone, so I'm bringing him on the show today. It's my cat.
Oh.
All right.
So am I still robot-y?
It's a little bit of a lag.
He hasn't made his appearance since the
first show. Did I try to come back in?
No, you're good. I can hear you.
I don't know. I can't really. What do you want me to do?
Nothing. You're good. I was just telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, earlier.
Do the robot.
I was going to ask you. So did your girl go back already?
You need to make a shirt of that.
Yes, she did. It was a short trip.
Oh, okay.
We got a lot in though. We did a lot of things while she was here.
That's dope. We
went hiking.
I got an idea for your shirt now. So you need to make a robot shirt with your silhouette doing a robot. That'd be dope. Uh-oh. It's doing it. It's doing it again.
It's doing it.
Doing it and doing it.
I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. All I know is I can come back in. That's all I know.
You're back.
Go ahead if you want to try it. Go ahead, try it. We'll wait for you. Go ahead.
Go out and come back in. Just like,
Yeah, just like.
Wu-Tang.
Damn, man.
Bro.
I'm gonna have to sign. I'm at the.
No, you don't.
Definitely come back out of retirement, man. Joey gets that radio station going. I have to send him a little shout.
Shout.
Get my old ass back to DJing.
Can you? Hi, you there?
There we go.
I don't know. I see me.
Like
I see me just fine. So I don't
know. No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Sometimes you just gotta, start all over.
I have, it is what it is. I haven't had a bad connection at home. I've been away from the house and had terrible connections.
Thanks, Tony.
In the mountains and stuff, but yeah, we're good.
You good?
Mm-hmm. I'm great.
Yeah. So what I gotta ask real quick.
Yeah.
What's up with the ponies yesterday? What was you doing yesterday? That was hilarious. Was you?
Oh, I went horseback riding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went hiking in the last 4 days. I've gone hiking. I went horseback riding.
Probably felt so refreshing, didn't it?
Oh my God. So I met the most amazing woman. She is a real life cowgirl, right? Real life, out in Goodyear.
Thanks, Connie.
And yeah, thanks, Connie. So she's awesome. After the ride, I cracked a beer with her. She's she's super cool, right? Like literally the tiniest little 4 foot, like 90-pound woman, right? Wearing a Jack Daniels belt, right?
Oh my God.
Spurs, like she's fucking badass. She's dropping F-bombs. She's hilarious. She invited me
Jack
actually
Daniels
back next.
Belt.
Yeah. Afterwards, she's like, "I'm hot. I'm gonna crack a beer real quick. You want one?" I don't even drink beer. I'm like, "Yes, okay." So me and my girlfriend, we had one with her. It was dope. Awesome. She invited me to come back next week to do. I guess she does this horse painting where for therapy for anybody who is, special needs, or they just need animal therapy, or they're grieving, or they need mental clarity. So she invited me to come back. And so I'm going to bring Dominic with me, and we're going to go hang out with the horses next week and paint them and feed them. They're all rescues.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
That's
which was
amazing.
really cool. Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
Coral Corral Adventures, and I think I got a
Damn.
new cow. I got a new cow girlfriend. She was dope
That's
as
dope.
shit.
That's dope.
And then I went. Then after
Happy
that,
for you guys.
thank you. I went to Sedona a few days ago and did a nice cleansing. And last night I went on a ghost tour in Jerome,
Damn.
Arizona.
And you really did.
Listen,
do it all.
so I hung out. I
Shit.
hung out with the vice mayor of Jerome. Jerome is the most, like, one of the most haunted cities.
Oh wow. Okay.
In the U.S. So I think we landed an interview with the
Wow.
mayor
I'm gonna have to,
of the ghost town. I'm pretty excited
what is
about
it called
that.
again? Do you know how
Jerome.
to Jerome.
I
I
love
want to look that up.
Jerome.
Yes, Jerome. So
Oh,
hung out with her.
I always take the kids to Ghost Burger. They love that place.
What? No,
I was
how
there
do I
last
find it?
night.
What would I type in to look that up?
Jerome, Arizona.
Okay.
So
Ghost
got to
town
hang out
came
there.
right up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Went to the got to walk around some haunted areas. So they have this SOS machine, and it's like it looks like a any ghost hunter or people who've watched the show will know. It looks like a laptop. It picks up energy, right?
Right.
So, and it shows the energy on the laptop. I have it on video. I can't wait to send it to you guys. There was a spirit that literally, I was laughing and it was like attacking my face because I was laughing
come out
so
there and
hard.
Go visit.
Yes, I got to walk.
Shit.
We walked through the cemetery with the detectors trying
hell
to talk to spirits, and it was actually really cool. It was really cool. We staged some stuff afterwards, so we were good. But it was
I don't know who this Jack Penn is, but he's been asking Alex a lot of wrestling questions, and I guess he was like, "Hey, you guys need to be on board." Who is this Jack?
My favorite wrestler.
Alex, you got a stalker. You got a fan. Going on?
Favorite wrestler then or now? I mean, want me to just give you one.
He's on YouTube, so he's putting these comments on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'll give you one right now. Roman Reigns killing it right now.
No.
Killing it, like for real. He got a dope ass shirt. Tori just called Smash 'em. Stack them and pin them 1, 2, 3. Dope as hell. I know you like some Roman Reigns. I know
I do. I sure do.
I know you like some Roman too. I know.
I do. Yes.
He's killing it right now, though. Him and Paul.
Because he's asking all Alex questions.
We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for these wrestling questions, man. This ain't WWF Superstar Saturday, man. But I appreciate it.
Yeah,
before I forget, I don't know if you have Hulu, Tori.
Yes.
But there is a new did you see the documentary for the Bigfoot documentary, the new one on there now?
I did. Yes.
Like,
yes.
Just wanted to toss that out there.
We are Bigfoot Sasquatch lovers over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure. But,
pretty excited about that.
Pretty excited.
So I don't know where you're going next, but I'm kind of curious about the Tom Brady story that you found, because I don't think I've seen that.
You curious?
I read that about good old. All
right, so
Edward.
We'll jump to the NFL. So Tom Brady rips apart the NFL for uniform number rule, going to make for a lot of bad football. Skill position players on offense, like running backs and wide receivers, and defensive backs, will be allowed to choose 1 through 49, and the linebackers defense can select 1 through 59, as well as 90 to 99. Some players appear to love the rule change, but one notable player does not. Tom Brady rips the NFL for Instagram story. Good luck trying to block the right people now. Going to make a lot of bad football. I guess who has the number one? 12 affected by rule change. He says it will make a difference assigning blockers pre-snaps, will eliminate lead to bad football. A separate post Instagram story, Brady circled a specified part of the story talking about the rule change, saying the league will approve relaxation of rules, numbers, players certain positions can wear because expanded practice squads. So that's what I would say is that if you're assigning numbers, maybe it makes it difficult. He's saying, is that what I'm getting?
I agree with them. I agree with them
a little bit at first.
I mean, I'm a little confused. I was a little confused at first, but if we're just looking at it as a basic why, like, I mean, I'm not that deep into it, right? No, but just being a football mom, right? And coming from a background of watching my son play for years and years and learning it through that, right? I know that there's a science behind the numbers. I know that certain positions play certain numbers. They mean something to these players, you know, not just tradition, but it's all since, like, or they've been wearing them since then, right? But certain positions, certain ranks, certain things, they have certain numbers. And it's also when you look at, you know, and I got this from my son, when you're trying to read the game, because football is mental, right? Yes, it's physical, but most of it is mental. And when you are going against another team and you're looking at their numbers and everybody's got a helmet on, right? Exactly. Everybody's got a helmet on, so you can't see their face. You don't really know. Maybe you're not looking at the names, but you know the numbers and you know their positions, right? And that's how you can judge on where they're supposed to be and how the play is supposed to go. And it all goes into play. And I can see why he'd be upset with that, because this is his job. This is his craft. Now they're all just fucking willy-nilly with it. That's not football.
Somebody posted, why have numbers? Just have them colored jerseys.
The fuck?
Yeah, well, yeah. Why not wear the same number? It's just dumb.
I'm gonna need you to stick to synchronized swimming. I'm gonna need you to stick to synchronized swimming if that's how you feel. Because no, you just colored jerseys.
They obviously do not watch football.
Clearly, or understand exactly. And I'm not trying to be rude or not, but you know what? No, that's not how it fucking goes.
Yeah,
there's certain people get certain numbers, certain positions. So, and like you said, and then there's ones who have worn it for so long, it means something.
It's part of the game.
It's part of the game. It's part of them. It's part of, you know, their position and their entity and their energy and all of it.
Yeah, the names are one thing, but you know the numbers.
It's the whole thing. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And
there wouldn't be numbers on there would have never been numbers on the damn jersey.
It would say their position on the back if it didn't, you know, or it would just say just their name.
Bozo.
So I
I don't know.
Drops the ball. Like, you know.
Stinky fingers.
Sticky fingers.
I got a question about jerseys. How do you feel, Alex? Because I know forever and ever, a lot of teams say, you know what, there shouldn't be a name on a jersey. It should just have a number. What's your thoughts on that?
You know what?
I know the Yankees, and I know some of the time they number
classic and stuff. You know what? That's funny because I thought about that not long ago. Listening to the game, they were talking. I think they should do more. Pay more homage. Once again, I'm big on paying homage to whatever, you know, whether it's music, sports, whatever. You should always pay homage to the greats, to the game itself. And I think there should be just, you know, a couple more days. And it makes it more fun for the fans. And if you want to sell tickets during this time, you know what I mean? I think it's a pretty good idea to just, you know, I mean, they had like the you know, Negro League games, and they have certain days that they wear certain numbers or they don't wear the, you know, they wear just 42 for like Jackie Robinson. But I think there should be more throwback games, you know, paying homage to maybe, you know, different athletes for, you know, different Hall of Famers on each team.
Why and I don't know, did you hear why people don't want names? What was the reasoning? I mean, isn't that kind of like you have a name, that person played that, you know, on this team for so many years, and when you see that number, it connects you with that player. So if that name's not on there, what I don't understand why
you know what,
it's would more be angry about them being on there.
It's more of a team thing. Like we're nobody, you know, like when I think
all
about
a team, there's no I in team.
Exactly. And when I think about that, I think about the what's that Indiana Hoosiers movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know why I always think about, like you said, the Yankees jersey or the Hoosiers jersey for some reason. Like there was no names and it was just a team effort. So I think
So
that's
there is a
mainly
favoritism you kind of feel.
Exactly. Back,
Okay,
you know,
yeah, that
back
makes
then,
sense.
I think that's what it was. And then, you know, that's a good question. Actually, where did the name thing start? As much as I love sports, I never thought about that.
Yeah, so instead of it being, you know, a Brady or the, you know, whoever, then they're all, you know, they're all that team instead of just that person.
Yeah,
I get it. That makes sense. Okay, good perspective.
All right.
What do you think, Drake?
I think you should have a name on your jersey.
Yeah.
I don't like that they don't have a name. It's just
that's money too. So
I like
you know?
the fact I like the fact that there's a name. I personally would think that I prefer a name. I feel that when I see somebody playing and I really like that person and then maybe they retire, they go to another team or something like that. I always can relate that number to who they were, right? But I also like, you know, you have a good point on the perspective of wanting, you know, there's no I in team and we're all, you know, we're all a tiger, we're all a lion, not just one
there you go.
team, you know, one person carrying the team or one person getting all the shine.
When you see number 9, Drake, I mean, what do you think about, man? When you see the number 9, you know what I mean? The red 9, or when you see a 6. You know what I mean? So
I
can see both angles. I can see both.
But you just know, like, and that's another thing that I can see a lot of people. And I mean, as far as business wise and you know, sports owners.
I don't think they'll
they'll have
the
a real
names.
big
I don't
problem
think
with
so.
taking names off of things because that's a lot. That's billions of dollars. So
yeah, that's revenue.
Big time. So. But okay, yeah, I was a little confused at first on that story. Like, what?
Julius asked, would the jersey be worth less money if there was no name? I think so. I think, like you said, Alex, I think it would take away revenue if people couldn't relate the name.
Right.
Unfortunately.
So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
We'll move on to the NBA. So the Pistons are 18-42. They have played over 60 games. There's only 2 left. They got smashed by Spurs last night.
42, right.
No foul yet here. They're just
the night before
those fouls. Made them pay.
Cavs, I think.
Keldon on the drive.
Jesus.
Body. I think we got this one now. I think so. Double figures with this. Oh, Yonker cleared out some space too. Keldon taking out all his frustration.
Oh, that guy! Hey, when that guy goes to sleep, the number he sees is 3. That's the only jump. Oh my God!
He's got posterized.
Yeah,
they got about 20 games left. I was hoping that they would get into the 30s, but maybe not.
Well, now I mean, you know, they got a good handful of picks, so maybe they keep losing though. Get another pick somewhere, extra pick. But the Red Wings, what do you think about the Red Wings so far, man? I mean, lately, as a recent, like, they're 16 and what? Go ahead. What's the record? 16 and 24, 26,
17, 25 and 7.
Hey, remember they were like 9 and like, I mean, they're chipping a little bit. I mean, that's not that bad, but it's, you know,
right.
A lot closer to
I gotta be honest
with
you. I don't like their coach, and I think his contract's up this year.
It's a matter of time. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that.
Yeah, he's definitely just playing the Alan Trammell role, man. You know what I mean? So until they, well, I mean, just, you know, or the Rick Carlisle role. Yeah, you know what? Once again, you know what Steve Eisman is doing. So he's I don't know what's the word, Tori. I don't want to say scapegoat, but I guess I can, you know what I mean?
I mean, call it what it is. I think so. He's definitely a scapegoat.
Yeah, so they won against the Stars the other day, 7-3, and I'll just pop this up real quick.
Here comes something incredible.
What you got in that cup?
Oh, it's not vodka. That was yesterday. Lots of water. I need some hydration. doing
kind of beer did you
activities
drink?
on activities.
What
I don't
kind?
know,
What kind
some
of beer was it?
Mexican deliciousness. I don't even
Modelo?
know.
Was it Modelo?
No, no, it was one I've never seen
Oh
before.
wow! And you guys got different beers out there then.
Yeah, it was one I've never seen before. It was actually really light.
Wow.
It was crisp. It was
So
probably one of the lightest beers I've ever had. When she handed it to me, it looked very light, and she was
right.
like, "Have you ever had this?" And I was like, "No, I can't even read this. I don't even know what this says." And it was delicious. I
Did
don't
she
even
have
like
a little double shot of Jack Daniels in her pocket too or something?
she
She had a Jack Daniels belt.
She says, Liz, she had a belt buckle. She had
Her belt buckle.
spurs.
That's
She had a 10-gallon hat, and I swear
oh
the hat was
damn.
bigger than her. She was so cute. She when we were done with
That's
our
awesome.
ride, yeah, she was telling us about roping stories
Oh
and
shit. Damn.
so when we were done with our
Real
ride,
deal.
she really is, yeah. So when we were done with our ride, she brought us back over to like the trailer area, you know, her little office, and she went in and she's like, I'm gonna grab me a sandwich, slam this V8 and this beer right quick, and get ready for my next run. I'm like, that sounds fun. And she's like, I'd offer you one, and I said, and I'd take one. So next thing you know, we're sitting next to her little dugout where all the horses are drinking and hanging out, and yeah, it was.
Damn, I would have felt like I was in a cowboy movie.
I did. My girlfriend goes, "Is this fucking really happening? Are we sitting here with the cowgirl drinking in Arizona, drinking a beer on the ranch?"
My cowboy voice.
Right. I said, "Yeah, we're fucking drinking a beer on the ranch."
Hey girl, why don't you
awesome.
go grab me a cold one over there right quick.
Yeah, she's awesome. Jeannie, her name was Jeannie, Cowboy Jeannie. Cowgirl Jeannie.
Okay.
I keep saying cowboy. I'm so used to cowboy. She's a cowgirl.
Cowgirl Jeannie.
She's the shit. Yeah, I can't wait to see her next week. So she's so funny. She goes, she leans in and she's like, all right, I'm gonna see. I said, all right, I'm gonna see you next week. And she gets real quiet and she looks around. She goes, do you know what see you next Tuesday is? And I said, of course I do. And she's like, I'll see you next Tuesday. And I just started laughing. I'm like, she's such a firecracker. She's a little pistol. Yeah, she's a little pistol. A little 6-shooter. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna like FaceTime you guys or call you, dope. You know, video chat you guys when I go next week. It'll be cool. She's
so
awesome.
let me, you guys. They won 7-3 on this.
That music. Funny.
Right?
Classic music right there. I think. Oh, I love breakaways. Oh. Good shot. Love breakaways, man. There's nothing more exciting in hockey, Drake, right? Breakaways, bro. That was nasty. Nice backhand right there.
Yeah.
So
guys.
Hey,
go ahead, sorry.
I just got a text from her. How crazy is that?
Oh, wow.
She says,
howdy.
Listen, howdy. Good morning, howdy. Had such a great time sitting with you and your girlfriend yesterday. Just sitting here reliving it with my husband. Let me know when you and your son are ready to come paint. Much love.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
She's so dope. How cool is that? So she enjoyed drinking a beer with the city girl.
Is she watching the show or you don't know?
No. So listen, she says to me, she was so funny. She starts talking. We walk up, right, and we're masked. And she says, I just want you to know that I got my second shot. And she was real proud, right? And I was like, oh, good. And so I asked her how she was feeling. And she said, good. And I went to say something else. And she turns and she goes, I'm sorry, I'm going to need you to shut up for a minute. And I just looked at her. I was like, right? From there, I knew she was fucking cool, right? And me and my girlfriend are fucking laughing at this point because I don't even know why I'm laughing. This fucking little 80-pound woman just told me to shut up. And she goes, I'm 62 and I don't know how to use this fucking phone. And I'm trying to put the card in and I can't listen to you talk.
She was already irritated.
she doesn't know technology. She knows horses.
Oh,
She's
shit.
like 5th generation,
Right.
cowgirl, right? So then when she's done, she goes, I apologize. Now you can go talk. And then afterwards, she asked me if I would follow her, promote them on
Right.
Instagram. She goes, I feel funny asking people because I don't even know how to use the Instagram
Right.
thing. And so I'm like, it's okay.
That's
I
why
said,
you asked.
and I told her, I said, I'm going to talk about you on my podcast. And she said, what podcast? That sounds cool. You're going to have to show me next time how to watch you. So when I go and visit her, I'm going to get her hooked on us. And she's she's not real technology, but she was great. So
cool.
yeah, she didn't know. She's going to be on there now. She's going to be excited.
That's cool.
It's really cool. I really like the fact that her horses, they're all rescues. And she's starting a foundation. Amazing. Yeah, she's starting a foundation where, because she was talking about recycling and I guess being out in the desert. She sees a lot of runners and hikers and trail people. They're dumping bottles of water and they're doing, they're not recycling. And so she has connected the recycling. She's got these kids who go and they recycle, and then they take the money and they go buy hay for the rescue horses that they take on, that maybe the horses were beaten, or they were on farms, or they were let loose, or they were in derbies and not taken care of. And they buy the hay, and her program is called something like "Oh Hey" or something like that.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Right?
That's catchy, though. That's catchy.
Really cool, right? I just thought she was really dope. I'm like, that's awesome.
And it's for a good cause. That's cool.
Yeah,
and that's something you don't think about. I'm sure they don't care about. You don't never think about.
Well, she said that these horses, they're just like rescue dogs, but a lot of them end up being service animals because they just want to be loved and connected with people. But a lot of she said she
they only have so much room left nowadays.
Exactly. So she said if she can keep them going so that they can service children with autism, and she said even people or elderly and rehab. She said it really makes a difference in their recovery.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with that. That's awesome. I never even thought about.
Right. And she said it too. She said, "Who would have thought this whiskey drinking little thing would be helping people?" And I just started laughing.
Yeah, she sounds amazing for
cool
sure.
As fuck,
good luck,
You're
good
cool
luck
as
to her
fuck.
with all of that.
Right. He's cool as
That's
shit.
awesome. Definitely need more people like that in the world.
We'll jump over to MLB. So the Tigers, I think they dropped the last 7 out of 8.
Oh, man, yeah, my Casey Myers got lit up yesterday. 6.
Benintendi goes the other way.
Worst outing yesterday for Casey
And his
Myers.
first run as a Royal goes to the opposite field.
Growing pains.
Just missed. 87. Now this one here, same idea on the fastball.
Hanging, buddy. Golly.
Just go with it. Young man's got a good, quick, level swing. He got it. Welcome to the Royals.
Ooh.
Nico Goodrum, wake up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the worst outing yesterday, man. The rookie, 6 runs in like 4 2/3 innings. They took him out real quick, so it was. I listened as much as I could. They tried to come back, make it a game, but it was too late. So
yeah, sounds.
See if they can redeem themselves tonight. So
see what happens. I skipped this story. And I'll go back to it, and I'm trying to find it here. So Terrence CLARKE was an NBA draft prospect. He was only 19. He died in a car crash in L.A. I thought that was pretty sad. I don't know if you guys saw that story, but
no.
Yeah, I seen it on ESPN. I got the breaking news thing, but yeah, that is really sad, man. Wow,
sad.
I don't even have no words for it.
And former Kentucky Wildcat guard.
Yeah.
Terrence
He was
CLARKE,
in LA, you said?
Yeah, died in a following car crash. Kind of crazy. Freshman guard from Kentucky men's basketball team that this past season died following a car crash in Los Angeles Thursday was announced. Clarke was 19. Department Sergeant John, who worked in the Valley Traffic Division, told ESPN Ramona Clarke was a solo occupant in a vehicle that ran a red light. It was very high speed in San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles. The incident was captured on surveillance, and he collided with another vehicle that was preparing to make a left turn. He stuck in the vehicle, and ultimately hit the block wall. So
he
man.
ran the red light.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, he was only 19.
So young.
Really good player, man. He was All-American in 2020 and made the Jordan Classic. He was a really good player. So way too young, man.
Way too young.
I hate when I hear of someone that young like that passing away. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
athlete or non-athlete, don't matter. But
No,
so
absolutely.
We'll move on to MMA. This is, you wanted to talk about this UFC 261. Usman versus Masvidal 2.
Oh boy.
So what you got?
Are you watching?
Probably not.
No. If you get a chance, you should, man. But I mean, it's, obviously Usman.
Still seats available in Jackson, Florida.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is the first event. You know what I mean? With people there. So last time they fought, there wasn't nobody there, obviously. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good fight. Masvidal. Who do you like? Did you watch the first fight or no?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'll watch once in a while. I'm not really a big MMA guy. If it's on, if somebody says watch it.
Right. Well, if there's anybody to watch right now, it's Usman. I mean, the guy is like.
I think I called of the first one.
Yeah, he's amazing, man. Like the best since like probably Brock Lesnar. Like he's just ridiculous. But he won the first fight. Masvidal, he's like 3-3 in his last 6 fights. I think he took like 19 months off. It's been a while. He was off for a minute, but it's gonna be it should be a good fight. But I got Usman probably beating him. TKO or something like that. I don't know. If it goes more than like 2 rounds, you know what I mean, then I think that he'll have a chance. But it's gonna be a good fight. I'm probably try to tune in, but I do want to watch the Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you watched it already. I don't want to get on there and I don't want to get on there and be like, damn you, Drake, get off.
I'm gonna watch it probably tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
I watched it twice. I watched it while I was working, then I watched it last night.
Okay.
We'll talk about it because I know
I'm
gonna spotlight it next month. So, and we'll talk about it. So,
and I read like I shouldn't have read no reviews because I hate that shit.
I know, right?
It bothers me now, so I'm like, damn, why did I read those? But I'll still check it out and everything.
Yeah, I like to wait till after, and then I like to see what people say after.
Right.
It's weird. I read reviews afterwards, and then I'm like,
right.
Oh, you're just a fucking hater. Or I'm like, that's a good point. I missed that. So I prefer to do that.
There's a movie that I watched. It was at the movies. I think it came out about a week ago or a week and a half ago. I did paid the $20 to get it. So I can watch it on Fandango now. Nobody. And it's the guy from.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, You Better Call Saul. Man, it was amazing.
Was it that good?
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Okay. You got it on Fandango, you said? Yeah,
Fandango now, where you can just pay $20.
Yeah, I've never used it. I always
I use that like a lot. Like when it first started, I used that.
Okay.
I can't remember even what movie I watched, but yeah.
So you said it's a one-time thing or it's a month?
No, you rent it. I would tell you guys.
You just rent it one time.
Yeah, I would tell you to log on, but I think it's the time's up.
Gotcha.
I'm
gonna check it out.
I rented it on Thursday, and then I told my boy to watch it. I gave him my login. I said, watch it. Watch it with his wife. I loved it. I like that actor, Bob.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. I really liked him. That show. That show was clever. That show was super clever.
It had a lot of great music in it, and I'll play the.
So real quick, like, oh, you're gonna play the trailer? Okay.
Yeah, I'll play the trailer. It had a lot of great music in it, and that's why.
From what era?
80s, the 70s. It was really good. It was kind of a John Wick kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think it was the same director.
I still never watched not one of those movies yet. John Wick.
No.
So they took maybe $20 and an old watch. Mr. Matz, did you even take a swing?
No. Could have taken her, Dad.
Heard you had some excitement last night. I wish they'd have picked my place, you know?
Why didn't you take them out?
I was just trying to keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
You're okay, because you don't look okay.
There's a long dormant piece of me that so very badly wants out.
What are you still doing here, old man?
I'm gonna fuck you up. It's been a hell of a day.
You can see that.
For 12 years, I worked for some very dangerous people. Everybody get to the basement.
What is happening?
Don't call 911.
Don't
call an order. The last guy anyone wants to see at their door. Because it meant you didn't have long to live. But I left it behind to start a family. I might have overcorrected.
When you left, you abandoned a certain debt that needs repayment. And your creditor is aware of your resurrection.
Looking after my family.
They stole my kitty cat bracelet.
And you don't fucking do that.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
You look like shit, Dad.
You should see the other guys.
Man, it's a long ass kitty, man.
Who the fuck are you?
Me? I'm nobody.
In theaters only February 26th.
I thought it was really good. Riz is in it.
Good.
Christopher Lloyd's in it. I love Christopher Lloyd, Back to the Future.
Right.
Like, he plays his dad. Basically, what it is he's I guess America assassin. He works for some government agency.
But he's a dad and a dad bod.
Yeah. So
right.
But a fit dad bod. He looks he's fit. He kicking
so what
ass.
happened was, and I'll give you the synopsis of it. He is on his last job, and he has some type of, I guess, moment where he gives this guy a break, and he goes, and the guy begs him and says, let me go. I'll go change my life. So he goes, okay, you change your life. I'm going to come back in a year. If you change your life, then I'll let you live. So he visits this guy, and he peeps in, and he basically changes his life. And at that time, he sees him with a family and all that good stuff. And then he goes, you know what? I don't want this anymore. So he goes out and gets his family, and he becomes a nobody. You know what I mean? He becomes an guy, and something snaps. He just keeps getting shitted on, and he gets tired of it, and that's what fucking.
I kind of got that when he was on the bus.
Yeah,
right?
Beat the living crap out of them guys.
Yeah, he had
kick your ass.
Yeah, these guys that get on the bus or whatever. He tells the bus driver, "Get off. I got this," and then I'm gonna fuck you up. And
Don't call the police.
Yeah, don't call the police. I mean, he really fucks them up, and
I like that line.
A lot of action. A lot of action. I love it. Riz is in it. It's a lot of action. Like I said, if you haven't watched, Alex said he hasn't watched John Wick, but
he's in all those movies, man.
Yeah,
is he in all these type of movies or what? All the time, he gets a role and shit.
That looks really
But he's
good.
a good actor.
Yeah.
Though. He's a good actor.
It's like I said, it's more of a video game because it definitely, blowing heads off.
Yeah.
Shit. So.
Yeah, I like it.
So, Fireblade, what's up? And
What up, though?
Yep.
Fireblade.
Call us, Fireblade.
Fireblade.
Yeah, the way you said that, you got to say it like that.
Call us.
So, we'll move on to boxing.
You said Fireblade.
Edgar versus Damian.
Berlanga.
Is that tonight?
Yeah. And the only reason I wanted to talk about him is because people don't know about him just yet. And he's actually on this fight is on it's like the second from the right below the main event slot. So, but he's a Puerto Rican boxer, up and comer. Phenomenal, man. The he's just really good. He hasn't lost yet. It's like 17 good looking, I think 16 wins or 17 straight first round knockouts. So I mean, nobody's made it past the first round. This guy is like the best fighter he's fighting, so it should be a good one, man. But yeah, it probably would be over in the first round. I don't know. It could go a little bit of the distance, but he's just an up and coming fighter that people are gonna hear about. So that's why I want to talk about him. I think he's on. I think it's on ESPN Plus or and ESPN. So.
Read somebody's comment.
I know, me too. I'm trying to hold it together with these comments. I really
Damn,
do.
Fireblade's on fire.
Sorry, Fireblade. No, we're not showing the live stream. I'm sorry, but I think it's dope as shit that you're high as balls and you came to see us. So what up, though?
Higher than a giraffe's ass, huh? That's cool.
Blade.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us.
Watch the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Fireblade.
Oh, Billy.
Stay lit, Fireblade. Stay lit.
Right, but no. So the fight's tonight, 10 o'clock. It's in Florida, the Spurs Arena. I believe there's going to be people in attendance. So, but yeah, there's some pretty good fights on, man. I'm happy as a boxing fan. Yeah, and I'm with you on the UFC thing. It takes a lot for me to really tune into that. I'd rather probably watch that movie, The Nobody, than maybe watch the UFC fight. But even when you kind of know what's gonna happen, and Masvidal.
Yeah, okay. He said we're cool.
Yeah,
when he wants to see Masvidal lose. Yeah,
right. It's with a D, but I get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he
listen,
loses,
he's high. He has things going on. He ain't worried about grammar and spelling.
Right, but that was
we're gonna give you a pass. Yeah,
we're
gonna give you a pass. Alex gave you a pass. It's cool.
Yeah, if he loses tonight, you might not see him for a long time, but he made a lot of money. He's good. He's sitting good. So,
right?
Oh, not this lady, Jesus.
Oh, he said, "Oh, Jesus."
No,
last person I wanted to see. No, I'm just playing.
Can we go back to talking to Fireball?
Tori, when you see somebody from the talk, you're like, oh boy.
Oh fuck! Here we go. Here goes.
I know
Joy.
where this is going. But go ahead.
So we'll move on to politics. Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, is running for California governor, and I played a little ad. That
in the world?
Yeah, let's
Batman.
See
what in the world, Batman?
Yeah, Sonny, he's got this guy Brad Pascal running his campaign. What do you think about that? I mean, that guy was accused of using campaign funds to enrich himself. What? That's a great campaign. Her campaign, rather. So first of all, let me apologize for my pronoun mix-up. I think I just didn't get enough sleep last night. I had no intention of mixing them up, and I tried to correct it immediately, but whatever, it just came out. So I'm sorry if anybody was upset.
I don't know what that it's about. But so what's your thoughts, Ari? Caitlyn Jenner running for governor for the state of California.
You know, I'm not really with it. I'm not with the shits. I don't I'm just not. I'm not with the shits. I don't think that she's qualified. I mean, I don't really know enough about her history other than the obvious things that we know about her.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just not with it. I think it's kind of.
So I'm going to interject.
I think it's ridiculous.
Please do.
Real quick. So I was talking to an ex-wife, and I didn't know this. Caitlyn Jenner is very conservative, and I don't understand that. So if you did this,
really,
yeah, I guess she has very conservative views, which makes no sense of what she did.
Contradicting.
Right. And I guess she was on Alan, and she told me, she sent me the video, and I guess she got into it with Alan because she said, "Look, I got all
yeah, I remember that."
Views. And she goes, well, how do you feel about a man and a woman getting married? And she goes, I think a man and a woman, that should be only the way you get married. And she's like, wait a minute, but you're with a woman. He goes, but I'm technically a guy. So, all this stuff came out where I guess
she's living a lie.
I guess she was never accepted by the the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she did this, or he did this, or whatever the fuck you want to say. I think they did this.
Very confusing.
It didn't take like it should be. So,
right.
And I asked my ex-wife, and I said, "So do you think that Bruce, now Caitlyn, was it for shock value, or
that's crazy thing to do for shock value, man?"
No, if you look back, I mean, look at he was in the YMCA video back in the day. Have you seen it?
No, I get that, but if you're gay,
he's got on booty shorts and a crop top in the YMCA video. Like
right.
he's been gay. He's been. I mean, if you look at history with Chris and interviews, he said that he told Chris he had a wife prior to Chris, right? And that she even knew as well, and that he expressed it, but he just couldn't come out and he didn't really know exactly what was happening with him.
Well, why make the transformation? Why not just become gay?
Because I think that he was he was confused on if he was actually a male who liked men, or if he was a male that felt like there was a woman trapped in his body because of his, his chromosomes and his hormones and the things that he was feeling. So I think once he figured that out, then he knew which route to go with it. But again, like you said, very conservative views, contradicts exactly what he is.
But he did.
Who he is. Who he is, it contradicts because exactly. If you are a transgender male, and now you identify as a woman, you are going against everything that the conservative side believes in. And so you are, and you to say a man and a woman should be together and it's the only way, you were biologically born a man.
She's got a girlfriend. She's with a woman.
She's with a woman. Caitlyn Jenner's with a woman?
Yes.
Oh, I can't even. So now so she's identifying as a man to say that she's with the woman.
I don't know. Very
fucking confused.
Yeah.
What?
And in California, if you're conservative, you're probably not going to get, I would think, to be governor. You know what I mean?
I'm so fucking confused.
I think the last conservative governor was Arnold, but I don't even know how he got elected.
Okay, when you made the comment, when you said Ellen asked, was it Ellen?
Yeah.
Asked, should a man and a woman be together?
Mm-hmm.
And Caitlyn said, yes, I believe that because technically I'm a man. She said that?
Dree, I think that was like just a straight misunderstanding though, because I think what they meant is like in general, a man should marry a woman. I'm just saying, even though regardless of what they are.
Caitlyn has a girlfriend.
Okay, then I don't know.
What the fuck?
It's very confusing. That's what I said. Yeah, I was like, but I remember the interview. I remember like seeing it and all that, and there was,
Did she go?
bickering.
Okay, I don't keep up with her because there was some things that had happened, and I stopped paying attention to her when right before she went through this change, right? There was a fatal accident. Do you remember the car crash that she was involved in with was an elderly woman or something of the sort? There was a fatal car crash. All of this. I feel like there was going to be charges and all these things happening, and then all of a sudden, boom, this stuff with Bruce turns into Caitlyn, and it's kind of gets washed under the rug, right? And a lot of people were saying that she took this opportunity. I'm saying she because I don't know what she's identifying as
right now. At the time.
And I'm not trying to be rude at all, and facetious, but I'm a little confused on what we just spoke about. But anyway, so a lot of people were pointing out the fact that this happened at the time that this fatal crash happened, where charges and possibly jail time were going to happen. And to try to deter everything happening.
That would have been fun for her.
The way that the timeline happened, right? The way that the timeline happened, I kind of lost respect for her, because then I saw that she was giving, I just didn't like how that whole thing went down. That kind of, after looking further into it, it showed that, people maybe is a little right, especially with his background and all these things that, he says, if you were this way for forever and your first wife knew and your second wife knew, why'd you pick a time? This is the time you chose to do this.
I found the interview.
Okay. So confusing.
Yeah, Connie just said.
I don't think she's a good candidate for. I don't care how crazy California is. No, I think you need to get your act together.
Dealing with somebody corrupted already with as far as the saying one thing
goes too. You're saying one thing, you're doing another thing, and you're calling yourself a conservative. So you're representing. Figure out who the fuck you are first before you try to figure out other things.
But
figure out you.
Right, like they said, one of the campaign, the person that they're corrupted already. So it's like that makes me think, why what's going on between them two?
I gotta be honest.
It's gonna come out later.
She's reaching.
She's not a good looking.
No.
I don't know. I got Governor Whitner, so I don't really.
I mean, listen, her fucking hair is on point, though.
Did you say something?
A lot of Republicans, I don't want to speak for everyone, would vote against all the issues, that you as a woman and you as a trans person would want someone to support.
I agree with that in some cases.
Same-sex marriage.
Gay marriage. I have to admit that I remember 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was, when this whole gay marriage issue came up. At first, I was not for it. I mean, I thought, I'm a traditionalist. I'm older than most people in the audience, I mean, I kind of like tradition, and, it's always been a man and a woman. And I'm thinking, I don't quite get it. But as time has gone on, I think like a lot of people on this issue have really changed your thinking here. I don't ever want to stand in front of anybody's happiness.
Okay, so he changed.
That's not my job. Okay, if that word marriage is really, really that important to you, I can go with it. And
it's funny because you're still kind of a little not.
Here it comes.
I'm on board. I mean, it is going to be the pretty much the law of the land.
Right.
So I still feel like I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to stand in front of somebody's happiness.
Right. I just think that it's and I obviously marriage is an important word because marriage is marriage and equality is equality. So if we want the same word that everyone else has, it wouldn't be civil union. It would be. So equality is important for all of us. And I think that's what you're fighting for with what you're doing. Everyone keeps talking to you about dating and you're saying you haven't even thought about it.
No.
You must have thought, okay, if I'm going to become a woman, am I going to date women because your whole life you've loved women?
Yes.
Or am I going to all of a sudden, just because, as you said, you're the same person, you just look physically different. Are you going to date men, women? What are you doing?
This is, and we deal with it in our show.
So I mean,
she said, "What are you doing?"
Wait a second. You stopped right at the answer. I needed the answer.
I know.
I'll play it. You want me to play it?
Fuck yeah, I was in it. I needed that answer.
That's the key.
Whoa. Is she in her? Is she?
What are you doing?
She batting for? Right.
She's like, what are you? She was like, what are
top,
you doing?
She a bottom?
Not you,
Any
Greek. I'm talking
outie?
about
I fucking
Ellen.
need to
Like,
know.
the
The suspense killed me just now.
The trans community. It's a very big issue. And so many of them today transition at a very young age.
Does he got a lazy
and
eye?
the whole dating thing comes in. Everybody wants to have a partner. Everybody would love to have a family. And for trans people, sometimes that can be extraordinarily difficult to do.
Right.
And so it is an issue that's big in the community. For me, I'm at such a different place in life. I already have too many children. Just kidding, you know. But I mean, I have 10 children. I've got my 8th grandchild in the oven with Kimberly.
Does she still have a
I
cock?
have all these wonderful kids. I've kind of passed that stage in my life.
I think so.
Yes, a partner in life to share my life with. Yeah, I'm sure I will at some point. Right now, I'm just very busy doing a lot of things and kind of just getting used to where I'm at and who I'm at. As time goes on, I'll kind of deal with that stuff.
She danced around the question.
Yeah, that's how I was like.
She didn't even answer it.
Yeah,
backstage, but that's a whole nother day. No,
you're good.
Actually, speaking,
are you good?
Yeah.
So does
she danced right around that. She fucking danced right around it.
Does she still have a cock or no?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think they cut it off yet.
They didn't cut her prick off yet?
But did you hear? She said partner. So she's saying she's a conservative and she believes in tradition. And then she said, I should say when I'm ready for a relationship, I'll be with a man or a woman. Right, Connie? I'm even more confused. I'm with Connie. I'm even more fucking confused. This bitch is all over the board. She wants to say she's traditional. She wants to say she's, reserved.
Let's go to it. You said
that. Wants to say that she's with the shits. I just don't get it. I'm all over.
You said it wasn't for shock value. So let me ask you a fucking crazy question. If the bitch goes back to being Bruce, is that a shock value? If she's like, well, I'm not now, I'm Bruce because I'm running for governor. What's your thoughts if she does something?
I think that would be, but I don't think she will. I think then she would just be straight out called a hypocrite, and it would be contradicting to who she. I think she likes being a woman. I think she's always felt like she was a woman. I truly believe that transgender people feel a certain way that maybe a man trapped in his woman's body or a woman trapped in a man's body. I believe that just because I have many friends who are, and prior to their change, I could see it. I'm like, you're totally a fucking woman. Like, this is crazy, right?
She's got boobs. Just I think
she's got boobs. Yeah, but and again, she's got fucking fierce hair. Her hair, that she got that Kardashian blowout, right? So she got that working for her. But I don't think she wants to go back. I'm just confused on where she stands in like that's just. I'm totally confused. She's saying she's one thing, but her actions and her style of life and her choices are clearly contradicting to what she's saying she is. So I think she's confused. I think she wants to be accepted regardless. Like, who doesn't, right?
Right.
But she's living a little bit of a lie, and she just doesn't, even Ellen called her out. She said, even though you said you're with it and you don't want to block people's happiness, you don't really sound like you're really on board. So she's kind of hating on her own people in a indirect way where it's like, hey, do what you want to do. But she doesn't sound very supportive of it. She's just going with it, it sounded like. I don't know.
Very confusing.
Weird.
All right.
I don't think she's gonna get her dick cut off either.
No prick cut off. Hey.
I don't know. I'm confused. I wouldn't vote for her.
Well, I
wouldn't vote for her.
No, bitch is all over the board. No.
Biden makes,
Joe.
President
willy-nilly.
President Biden makes an economic case for fighting climate change on the second day viral summit. Have you caught any of that summit? I know he is, talking about the reduce of greenhouse gas emissions and all that stuff. Have you caught any of that stuff? And I know originally that was on his ticket when he was running, and I know Trump bashed him for it because it was spike taxes and stuff. Have you watched any of that stuff?
No, I haven't caught any of it. Again, like you said, I saw that it was on the ticket, and I remember him being bashed for it, but I haven't really, heard much.
What was that word that Trump said? Something. It's something to do with drilling. What was it? What the fuck was the word? He's like, you're not for. What the fuck was that word that he said? It was something to do with drilling or whatever. I can't even think of it.
I don't know. I try to not pay attention to what he said.
Yeah. No comment once again.
Fracking, right? Is that what it was?
Something like that. I couldn't remember. But
what the fuck is the word?
Yeah, he just kept bringing that shit up. Yeah, what about fracking? Well, yeah, so I thought that was fucking funny.
Fracking, right? Fracking?
Yeah, fracking. It sounds like some fucking dance or something.
Yeah, right. And he kept saying it all fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't miss much.
You didn't miss much. You didn't.
Guy's a nutbag.
So there was a Georgia mother that standing up against school mandate, and she rambles on. So I'm going to give you my views on this. I guess she doesn't want mask mandate in school.
I want to hear your views on this.
I got to be honest with you. I got kids, and they're in virtual still, but Narissa's going back. She's wearing a mask. She got her second vaccine the other day. This whole thing where I was talking to my uncle the other day, and I love him to death when he said, well, I can't breathe. And I'm like, what, do you got tape over your mouth? I mean, I don't understand. Like, I get the.
What kind of work does he do?
He cleans carpets. He has a carpet cleaning business.
Okay, well, that's why. Because he's working. He's actually moving his body nonstop. And it's harder. I can't breathe.
Even though I got.
I could breathe. But it's very difficult when you're moving and doing something repetitive. So I agree with him. It depends on what you're doing, man. Depends on what your job is. I mean, you can be. I'm not saying don't be safe.
We're talking about kids in school.
Right.
Kids in school now. Now we're not talking.
And I'm sure they probably feel the same way too. But they're not going to disobey. And you know what I mean. They're smarter than us adults. The kids.
I just think that even though I got my vaccine, my daughter got her vaccine, I still want them to wear masks. I mean,
for sure. No, I agree with that.
Too, but this lady went bananas and she went viral, and I'll play it because she's totally against it and blah blah blah. But
right. Mm-hmm. He just wants attention.
The new Hyundai.
Sorry. I can't. It doesn't skip.
Did you guys, before you start this, did you see the Will I Am? He came out with a mask for that very reason. It has a filtration in it and a fan. And I mean, he's got some extra shit on there, Bluetooth and and it's.
I was waiting for somebody to come up with something like that.
Go to his Instagram. He has it on there, and he just dropped it, and I thought it was pretty cool. It is, like I said, it is a little more expensive. It's got some stuff in there, and it's probably really good for people like him who travel a lot and in general. But I did, after I saw that, I started looking up. Yeah, dope as fuck, right? Motherfucker, I look like Bane. I want to wear that bitch just to feel like Bane. That bitch is badass. Yeah, right?
I like the black one.
Yeah, it's sick as fuck. They run, I think, for a little it's a couple $100.
I'll buy it.
$200 to $300. Yeah, it's like $250. But it's got a warranty on it. Right. It's like when you watch the thing, it shows. Go on there and see the the advertisements and the promos and stuff. It shows how it's put together. It's been very meticulously crafted.
Like super mask.
Yes, super mask. And and he really put a lot of time, effort, and research into this. So if this is something that's going to continue, it's a very small investment when you think about what it's going to save you from. Yep. And it has a lot. It's got it lights up. It's got Bluetooth. Bluetooth. It has a filtration system that can be, fixed. It got a fan, a cooling fan in there for regulation. It's dope as shit. It's really fucking dope.
He's the first one to do it, but there's gonna be other people.
There's some other ones that I saw, like, I went on Amazon. I started browsing to see, and there were some that were a little more, but they looked more like a respirator for like a drywall and stuff, right? So, but when you seen this one, I was like, man, he really fucking nailed it with this one. It was great. I love it. I think I'm gonna get one. Why not?
Every month I come here and I hear the same thing: social emotional health. If you truly mean that, you would end the mask requirement tonight. This is not March 2020 anymore, and it's time. Take these masks off of my child.
Simmer down.
Welcome back. And you've seen this clip online getting a lot of attention. It shows a Georgia mom taking a stand for her child and all students over the mask mandate inside schools that has been extended through next year. This morning, that mom, Courtney Ann Taylor, joins me live. Courtney, thanks so much for getting up with us. When did you reach your breaking point?
I think month after month, I have been waiting for this mask requirement to end, or at the very least ease up. And there's just no end in sight. And nobody's even having the discussion about when this is going to stop.
Your kids are extremely young. They are in that crucial developmental stage. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 2, 4, and 6. How much are kids losing developmentally by not being able to see those social cues? And especially for your 2-year-old, really not recalling a world where people were not wearing masks.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking to me. For my 2-year-old, but yes, my oldest is in kindergarten, and kindergarten is supposed to be fun, and they play together. They learn how to play together. They learn social norms and how to solve conflict among themselves, and how to read facial expressions from their peers and their teacher. And I don't see how any of the children can really do that and have a real childhood right now. I think it's very difficult.
Courtney, what's been the reaction to your remarks?
The reaction, the feedback that I've received over the past 24 hours has been overwhelming. I've had people reach out to me from across the country in solidarity and in agreement, and thanking me for standing up for children. And it's overwhelming, and I'm humbled by it. I'm very grateful for all of the support that I've had.
Do you think all this publicity will lead to any changes?
So, I understand.
Say you're entitled and selfish without saying you're entitled and selfish.
Well, no, I understand what she's saying. It sucks for kids, but guess what?
Yeah.
We're in a different world right now, and there's nothing you can do. I feel sorry that your 2-year-old has to wear a mask, but guess what? You're protecting him, her, and that other person. Your
2-year-old, your 2-year-old's wearing the mask, but my girlfriend's 27-year-old niece just died from it. So put your fucking mask on your kids for a minute, okay? You'll be okay.
Yeah, I think that she I need to see some statistics on people supporting that shit, because I think she was lying her ass off.
Well,
it might be a small couple hundred, but she was making it sound like.
I'm sure there's people.
Sure
there's people that feel like she
that
does.
Many.
Okay,
can't be that many.
We all feel. A lot of us. I don't know anybody that loves the mask. It's this great thing.
Right.
Fucking yes, it's fucking awesome.
Right.
We all feel fuck the mask, okay?
Right.
But there comes a time where you have to put your entitlement, your selfishness, and your fucking lack of consideration for human life aside, and do what's best in general for the whole population together. Because again, there's no I in team, right?
Right.
The fuck? So if your 2-year-old has to stay home and have play dates instead of going and fucking playing at the park with 100 other fucking boogery ass kids that are touching their shit all over.
Right.
You can come lady. Boogery ass kids. My child can't remember before 2. Well, there's something wrong with you, because I have nieces, the nephews, and cousins who could all remember prior to that, and they're still playing at home, and they're still being my cousins and my my girlfriends, and they're still being cautious of their children, and they're still making sure that they're okay, even though they know that they need to be safe, because we're in a time right now that's not the same.
Right? No, I get it.
Lady, and her yelling like that, my God, she got stank.
Nobody fucking enjoys the man.
Her kid's gonna see that when she gets older and say, "God, my mother would look crazy."
No, nobody enjoys the fucking mask. But guess what? Part of life.
She stood up for me, but she looked crazy.
Put your big girl pants on and tell your, I'm sorry. This life sucks right now, but this is what
we got to do, kids.
Yeah.
This is what we got to do to keep you safe, to keep us safe, and to keep your friends safe. And we don't know what your friends are doing, and we don't know who they come in contact with. So I want to keep you safe. But if their mom is being careful and we're being careful, we're going to figure out a play date for us to hang out together where we're all safe and we've all been, cautious. We're going to pick certain people that we can see, and this is how we're going to filter it right now until the world goes back to some sort of normalcy. And I hope it's soon, kids. But this is what we're doing because this is life. Not it's all fucking roses and let's go. No, motherfucker. What? Come on. So exactly, Connie. Pipe down, Karen. I'm going to need Karen to pipe the fuck down. Have a seat. You and your fucking kids.
She will feel differently if she catches the virus. You know what I mean?
It'll humble her ass. Real motherfucking.
We should have wear a mask. The only person that I know that loves a mask is this person right here.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Yes, I'll have to send you a picture of my son dressed up for him for Halloween one year.
Oh, for real?
It's the fucking dopest shit ever. I bought the super expensive fucking replica mask. It was
shit.
Fucking awesome. I'm getting one of those masks. Okay, you just sold me.
Yeah, they're sweet. They ain't dropped yet.
Run up on all the Karens with my mask. They ain't dropped yet. Oh no,
it says 10 a.m. It says 10 a.m.
Coming.
Oh no, they're out.
I thought it did because I saw. I saw.
And the replacements
Ludacris had one, and that's when because I had saw something about it, but it hadn't been launched yet. And then I follow Luda a lot, so I was looking at something he was posting, and I saw that he did a little review on it, and I was like, oh shit, it's out.
Yeah. They got
the whole page.
2 sizes, small, medium together, and then medium and large. $300, and then the replacement filters are $27.99.
Yeah, I saw that. Like really cheap for a replacement filter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to subscribe.
Yeah.
Get the little.
Go to the page too. You can see the little. You can watch. The little. I don't know. It's not.
I'll share it in the link after we're done.
Yeah, the science behind it I thought was really good.
Just waiting for that.
Makes sense. I want to wear a Bane. I just want to wear a fucking Bane mask.
You want to wear a Bane?
I'm safe. We're up on Karen's like, put your fucking mask on, bitch. Right? I'm gonna do it.
Right.
With the fan blowing, my lashes will be blowing. It'll be great.
Right.
No, it's not.
Creep up behind her.
So $300, huh?
Yeah, it might be a little expensive for certain people, but if this is something you feel strongly about and you feel like you're going to continue to protect yourself and you want to be out there doing things without worrying as much, I don't think it's a outrageous investment. I just really don't.
Yeah.
Right.
You just stop buying Starbucks and there you go. You got your mask.
Right. Sacrifice. It's a good sacrifice, though.
It is. You'll cut down on calories. You'll look fucking cool. You got this cool ass mask. Protecting yourself. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Fuck, I reloaded the motherfucker. For whatever reason.
Get it together.
You guys, the producer.
Black Eyed Peas will have made a really, really expensive face mask. Future Blink. I hate these commercials that are like 30 seconds. What the
fuck?
Everybody's got to get paid, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. It is what it is.
And for those who are listening, other Spotify and all that. You can't see the video. Go to the YouTube channel and check us out.
LED lights.
That's dope, man.
Yes.
That's dope, bro. You can flip them together if you buy two of them.
Yeah,
that's smart
so
marketing.
that
right
what
there.
did that say? They weren't going to buy it because it was $300. But I
They
mean,
said the problem is, but I mean,
but
if
you'll
yeah.
spend that amount of money on a pair of fucking Jordans.
Exactly,
that aren't even
and then you could wear the
looking
same
good
one throughout the year and get one at the end of the year. I mean, we paid $1,000 for a damn cell phone, which is annoying as shit. I was thinking about switching over to
how
Android.
people
Do you have an
do
Android?
it? I do. I have a
Do you?
Note. I fucking love it.
Well,
I love it. Even more so this weekend. My girlfriend that was here had like the best iPhone there was, right? She had more fucking problems with this stupid phone that by the end of the trip, me and my son are cracking jokes on her phone because she'd say something and I'd be like, hang on, let the bitch get her phone out. Like, I will admit this. Her camera was good, right? But it took her forever to get to it. When I asked her if she could do certain things, she was like, oh, I got to pay for that. Oh, I got to pay for that. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I said, you know what? iPhone doing too much. They are doing too much.
They
My
have,
phone is
they are what they are. Everybody knows what they're doing. So it's like, I'd listen to.
I mean, they getting their money, but
somebody got in my ear the other day, and they were just saying, and their co-host has iPhone, and he was like, he goes, no, you can do whatever you're doing, and this and that, do you whatever. He goes, I'm just saying, for me, paying $1,000, and he was talking about what's going on, everything now, and this and that, and he was like, paying $1,000 is just for a cell phone. He goes, look, I'll be good. He goes, all I need is people to say is hello and goodbye. And
my phone
he goes, I'll be
does
good with a flip
everything
phone.
but drive a car.
And then he was talking about, how, they know what they're doing after the new one comes out. Then he goes, what I noticed is that the old iPhone starts acting up. It stops working and shit.
Period. Starts fucking right up.
Apple's telling you. They're controlling you. It's time to buy a new one. Time to do this.
I love it. I've had the Galaxies. I'm actually about
That's
to
what he got.
Get another one. Yeah, that'll be my next one. But Galaxies, I love the Note though too because I can do a lot of administrative things and just clerical stuff on it. I love the screen, how it rates, all of it.
Right.
It's just a great phone.
And I mean, I've had Apple for a while now, and I do like it. I'm used to it, but it's like he just got me thinking. He got the wheel turning and shit. I'm
pisses me off. Apple does. Okay, so if you have an iPhone and you take a video, right? If you try to send it to me with an Android, it's grainy as fuck.
Yeah,
it's
and
terrible.
it gets chopped up in like 20.
Right. So every time it happens, someone's got to send it to me on Messenger or in a they got to DM me.
Yeah,
with
I never understood that either.
Because they don't want me to see your shit. They want me to try to switch over, right? They want me to think that I don't know.
They want to irritate you.
You know
what? I'm just gonna buy an iPhone.
For real though. No, I love my Android. I love it.
Right.
I don't have to pay for none of that, all that extra stuff. My camera's amazing.
And then I was talking about this with somebody yesterday, and I was like, I said I probably won't do it that soon if I do it. You know what I mean? Because I had an Android at first, and I didn't have. Drake was working at everywhere, T-Mobile or AT&T, and we were going through him for a while. He was hooking me up, sent me like 3 different phones, and then he was like, "All right, man, that's it. I can't keep sending you every phone in the store and shit." So to try out before I decided what I wanted, and then like that was when I first got on with social media and stuff like that, and I finally got internet. I didn't have internet for a while. And so when I did, I had an Android at first, and then I was like, damn, this is kind of cool. And then I got the bill, and I was like, oh, shit. So you know what? I was like, let me go back to the family plan, and I got the iPhone and been on there ever since. But yeah, and then when you go in there, and then you want to change everything, sometimes it does take quick. It's like you're going in there, you get in there for an hour or 2 hours. I'm like,
She
like
had
you're buying a freaking car or something.
It was weird. Like some of her stuff had like a delay on it. Again, I'm not going to say that her phone wasn't a good quality. It was like her camera was incredible. Her video was incredible, right? But
Team iPhone 12 Pro.
It was just some extra shit going on. It was just extra. I don't know.
Like
even down to when we went and meditated, we were in Sedona and we went to meditate and she wanted to listen on headphones and her wireless phones had died, right? They were in the car.
Right.
So I said, here, plug it in. We can use mine. I can't. She's like, I can't.
Yeah,
I said,
you need
why?
to
She's
get
like,
the different outlet.
I need iPhone. I said, see, y'all motherfuckers doing too much. I'm out here trying to enjoy my life. I said, you can't even listen to some headphones.
Yeah,
I was like, do you know how much these headphones cost me? Like, these are Beats. She was like, no, can't. I said, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said, but your iPhone's cool.
Yeah, like for
I was talking
iPad,
shit.
My iPad for microphones and all that, I had to buy this. It's like $45.
Right.
That's like $45 right there and shit. So yeah, they
Fireblade on these questions
like my
today,
man
though.
said, like my man said, he about the iPhone. His co-host said, he was like, well, you look at me, I got the watch on, the Apple Watch.
Oh
and
yeah, the whole.
And then my man said, well, you've been had.
You've been.
That's basically what they're saying. But it's all good. You do you.
You got.
But yeah, you've been had. So
you've been had.
I've been had. It's all good.
Yeah.
I've been buying expensive cell phone phones for 2000 probably because I've always had I've had the inception of Google phone, right? When iPhone came out in 2006, I worked for AT&T and they had the exclusive rights to it. So I got the iPhone.
Right.
I had the iPhone 2G, 4 gigs.
You had that extra shit.
So I fell in love with the iPhone at that point because I seen both of them. I've had it ever since. And I get the most expensive iPhone. I got the $1,500 iPhone right now. So I've always
what's funny though?
I got a half a terabyte on my on my side.
And he can have the most expensive phone with the most gigs in the world, but you know what? It still ain't enough space for him.
I
know.
I went and bought two. What are they? The portable hard drives. I bought 2 portable hard drives the other day. One is I don't know why I went so high, but one's like 5 terabyte. The other one can afford 3.
Yeah, he's
terabyte.
probably like the only one that has an actual actual computer PC modem hooked up to his iPhone and shit.
Yeah,
because he needs enough storage. But you know what's funny?
And I only have
a big ass phone. I
got a 512.
This is my phone right here.
Disappointed the iPhone Pro didn't come with a terabyte. I wanted a 1 terabyte. Hopefully the 13 comes in a terabyte. So I got less than 100 gigs available left. So I mean, a lot of porn.
It's all them goddamn memes and porn. It's all them memes. It's all the memes and all them.
But you know what's funny? When you had the first iPhone, you remember we were driving back from Phoenix and
I got you know what? I do got a terabyte. So
we were getting back into the truck and his phone it was irritating him. And I mean before he even put one foot into the truck, he just tossed the phone and it flew to my side on the pad, like just swung all the way. I was like, bro, his job gave it to him, but still he was that piece of shit. I was like, what are you doing? He just tossing these phones.
Fireblade.
But that shit, I was like,
so
what
Fireblade just put you up on some game, Drake.
You know what? I don't have any porn.
He said porn doesn't take up space. You just got to bookmark it.
The bookmark. It's a lot of memes. I think I have.
Thank you for that one.
Let me see how many pictures I got.
Just pop it in.
Just put you up on some
just bookmark it in the favorites. Then you call it a day.
So you were telling me about
just watch it and delete it.
I'm very extra, right? You were saying.
Listen, I'm extra. Extra recognizes extra.
Oh, you already know.
You're extra. You extra. Yes, you're right.
Oh, but I ain't not. Yeah, that's
No, Drake extra.
Now I might
extra.
I might be petty, but
you're
I
petty.
Ain't extra like him.
You throw shade. Yeah, you're petty. You're petty extra. You throw shade. I'm both.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're Cancer.
I do both. I throw shade and I'm
not.
And I'm extra. Drake's extra for a guy. Drake is
Drake's like Caitlyn Jenner extra.
So I got 200.
No, damn.
I got 242 gigs of pictures.
Kim Kardashian extra.
Really?
No, Drake's like Kanye West extra. There you go. That's
so
more
are these
fitting.
selfies or are these pictures people send you? Or are these just screen? This is just a slew of everything, a mixture.
Slew of everything.
Just a slew.
It's a plethora of
a plethora.
Pornhub and memes and
no porn. No porn.
Porn.
You can just go do it.
Man.
So you were saying
categorize that shit, bro.
You couldn't plug in your beats. So I'm extra, right? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 Bluetooths with me at all times. So
Fuck you connecting to space? Fuck you need 4 Bluetooths for?
Right.
So I got the beats that go over your neck. I got the AirPods, and then
tell Thanos I said, "What's up? What the fuck?"
I got 2 LGs. And so one time we were at, and I went to a Tigers game, and we're going through security. I think we're going as an opener.
It's beyond extra.
I got the Bluetooths. I got the backup batteries. You know, I'm like, I cannot.
Fucking radiating as he walks through.
Right.
I got
the whole ass walking tower. All 5Gs.
Right. That's your new name. Drake 5Gs right there.
Drake 5G Drake. Jeez.
Oh,
anyways. Shit. You setting off metal detectors?
Yeah, to make sure though. Hey, you know what though?
My thing is I always want to be prepared.
You gotta be. No, I hear you. But the most I would take is a battery pack charged to the Tiger game.
I get my charger and my battery pack, and I always have a backup wire headphones because the wireless ones, you know, man. I'm so forgetful, and it's not forgetful. I'm always plugging in shit. It's hard enough for me to charge my phone, let alone I gotta charge these damn headphones to use them.
Well, no, the deal is, you know, I don't know how you guys feel, but when Bluetooth came out, for me it was like, wow.
Heaven, I love it, man.
So I can't talk on the phone. It gets hot, sweaty. So you know, I just don't want. I don't want to fuck. I don't want to feel that on my face. I got a Bluetooth.
I'm running up my light bill. I can't do this.
I might fucking have cancer. You know, they were saying cancer.
I'm old school. I gotta hold that phone with the long ass cord.
You don't got cancer.
Yeah, and my mom, you know, they got the commercial. I think Progressive or Allstate or something. You know, where they're saying, don't, you know, they see the old people on the speakerphone, always on the speakerphone. I'm like, I don't want
when people ask you something, and you start saying, huh?
I feel attacked. I feel attacked right now because I'm a hunter. I'll hunt the fuck out of you. I can't hear. I'm a deaf ass.
Oh my God.
Zach would always say, Tom, come get her. She deaf ass bitch, right? Because I would try to say something and he'd be like, oh, she can't fucking hear her. So I'll hunt the fuck out of you. And like you said, you know, sometimes the phone gets hot. My arm gets tired when I'm trying to talk, you know. So in the car, I'll put it on speaker. And a lot of times, you know, someone will be with me. And Tom had said the other day, he's like, damn, you're doing just like how grandma does now, huh? And I was like, oh, damn, did I do that?
Yeah, I can't have conversation. If I don't have my Bluetooth, like I didn't bring my Bluetooth, I was running a little late.
Because you're always multitasking, though. Too. So, you know,
I gotta have a Bluetooth.
This is the life we live now, man.
I have the one that went, you know, the one that goes on your neck, that hangs on your neck, like. I tried to wear that, but I felt like
I can't wear it.
No offense to anybody.
That bothers
me.
So
no offense to anybody that wears them, women, but for me, I'm too girly, bougie kind of girly girl. Like I feel like a fucking.
But it's like a different style, though.
I felt manly with it on. Like I don't know, it wasn't cute. It wasn't cute. It just didn't fit my style. I got bling on. Right, I got all this bling on and shit, and then I got this fucking plastic fucking headband around my neck, looking like a weirdo.
It's like a guy walking around with a handbag. Like, who was it? Harry Styles, I seen, was on the show the other day, and he had a handbag. So
my son wears a crossbody, like a crossbody.
Just wanted to mention that. That's all.
A really, I think it's cute. It looks like a little Gucci, like kind of looks like little wallets. It's not like a purse. It's like it looks like a chest fanny pack, kind of. I mean, I guess that's a thing.
Now I want to watch that.
And I think it looks right. I think his looks pretty cool. Like there's certain ones where I'm like, all right, I can. That's
right.
That's a cool
Would you ever get one of those, Drake?
No.
You know, for him, I think because of his style, he's young, it's hip. But I think too, I think it's actually pretty, you know, it's convenient. Like he for him too, you know, your wallet's falling out of your pocket. Right. Your wallet falls out your pocket. You can't really keep things in those, you know, jogging pants or whatever. So I think it's great for him. He keeps everything right in there. It's his little man, his little man purse.
I'd rather wear a fanny pack.
It looks like a fanny pack. It's not really a purse.
I have AirPods, but I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I have wax in my ears or DJs of forever. I'm starting my hearing. So if I put them motherfuckers in my ear, like they're constantly in my ear, like
but you know what though?
I can't hear. It doesn't
Apple
do me any
AirPods,
good.
the good thing about them, because I have them and I read about them, but the good thing about them is they have a volume adjustment, a noise cancellation, all that. So I love them at work because it's loud in there. But they don't affect your ears like that. That's the volume adjusts to you. So that's a good thing. They're not blasting in my ear, which is how I prefer it, but it's not good.
Right, not healthy.
You know what I mean? So
I'm a deaf hoe. I can't hear shit. I'm a deaf hoe. Fuck it.
Yeah, we needed a shirt. We need deaf hoe.
Deaf hoe.
Huh?
Deaf hoe. Huh?
That's hilarious.
Sweet
somebody
deaf hoe.
Somebody texted me the other day and they said when we were reviewing the Godzilla, what the hell, King Kong, someone said, I got to read it. It says, Tori looks like she's Godzilla and King Kong fighting on her chest.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No, that's a good
That's
one.
a nice analogy. Thanks.
Jesus.
Most people be offended.
I guess when you were doing
drink of water to that.
when you were doing the put him on a glass, I guess they were like, "Oh my God, you made some people dream."
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can send all cash apps to.
They're like that was better than a movie.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to
Get a
entertainment.
little something extra special on.
Little extra, you know.
Lindsay Lohan's dad, Michael, busted for alleged steering addicts into rehab for cash.
Wow.
Doesn't surprise me.
You know where he's going straight to.
He's a scammer.
He's a mess.
He's a mess. He's a whole ass shit show.
What's wrong with this guy?
Wow.
You know, his daughter cut him off, and he had to make money somehow.
No.
He's just messy. He's fucking messy.
That's horrible.
I mean, he preyed on his
have fun in hell,
kids.
buddy.
He's just messy.
Messy.
You know, sometimes people like that, they just find new ways to scam people. They go from one to the next until, you know, their karma hits them in the ass. And
there it is. So I got a question. We'll move on to this other thing. Rapper Little Mosey. Who the fuck is Little Mosey?
That's what I was waiting to hear.
In Washington. Who's Little?
You know that song Blueberry Faygo?
Oh yeah.
Him.
I don't.
Blueberry Faygo kid.
Wow.
When I say so, Blueberry Faygo, that's all I know. I don't know.
I want to look it up, but I don't even want to give him a.
I just know Faygo because we ain't gonna play it either because we ain't getting our shit shut off for that mess. But
it says Big Trouble in the State of Washington. He was charged with.
I say Faygo because you know we're from the D. So
court. Pulled up rapper was supposed to be appearing in court Wednesday, just weeks after he was charged with second-degree rape. where MOSEY never showed up. So blah, 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 blah.
He did
so
it.
Lil
Yep,
MOSEY,
he did it.
you're out.
There's
Bye.
two women.
Women.
So there was two women, right? Two women. They hung out. They went to a house. One woman admitted to having consensual sex with him in the car. Okay. Then they went to a house, and that's when they both said that they were raped. One of them that was not consensual. They drank. They drank champagne or something, and they said they felt like they were drugged. And the one woke up to know, I don't know if she said in her bra and panties or something, or off, her bra and panties were off, and somebody was filming her while they were having intercourse.
Yeah, he put more.
Sorry.
Damn.
So I believe this because especially because of just the way it was, it was described. But the one woman said, yeah, in the car I consented to it. But when we went to this house at a little later time, and we went into this location, we were hanging out, and she says, I was raped then. There were several people that, and we woke up with no recollection to even having intercourse. And one of them was being filmed while they were still having sex with her. Wow. That to me right there is they were drugged.
Yeah, the fact that they remember something.
And not just one person, like, oh, maybe she just drank too much and she blanked out, right? She blacked out. But for both of them to have the same experience, and the one remembers prior.
Right. The story's connected.
It all comes together. And so it shows credibility with her saying, I remember this happened. But this did not happen. And I can't remember it because I did not say this. And we woke up into this is not, no.
Right.
So I believe it. And then he didn't show up to court.
It's not cool, man. See,
you got enough money to okay, if you're the star, you got enough money to fight it. You probably had surveillance cameras around whatever house you were at. Right? There's other people there that could vouch for you, and you still didn't show up to court to prove yourself innocent.
Right.
Nope. Nope. Shame.
Nope. So Shock G died 57. They still haven't released what the cause of death was. I know they found him dead in Florida and Tampa. I think they did a check on him and how they came up. I'll just play a little bit of it because I don't want to get blocked from YouTube.
He's worth getting blocked. The other are not.
So that was actually, to be honest with you, that was one of my favorite songs. Do what you like.
Right.
Do what you like.
Do how you like.
Emphasis on the
I'm gonna play this real quick. He was explaining on somebody caught this or whatever. He was explaining like the different cadence of rappers. And I'll play this quick.
Spelling his name, but the flow, vicious.
You might have to replay.
Pac, on the other hand, I think Tupac pulled from Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I don't know when it is that we're gonna make it to the mountaintop, but one day all the children will be able to play together. All the children, it's like pouring those words out because you mean it, and that's why I never had a father figure, but I was raised by the thugs and the drug dealers. I love niggas. That singing that Pac was doing in his three-hump and slick Rick rhyme from the nasal palate. Nas rhymes from the Biggie, he swings like a horn player over jazz. P-I-G-P-O, D-P-A, no info for the D-E-A. He put more emphasis on the He's just spelling his name. But the flow, vicious.
So, and I might get a little flack for this or backlash for this. I know some rappers have died and in the past, whatever, because of COVID. Some of them, they say they're, automatically, because if they make one song, they're a legend or icon. I got to be honest with you, Shock G, I always thought it was a comedic rapper. I never thought he was the great rapper, but I got to be honest with you, producer, musician, I thought he was a fucking phenomenal musician. Maybe there would be no Tupac without him. But like I said, not everybody gets categorized to me as a legend or an icon. But I think there's a different parts.
He was a game changer, though.
Yeah, so. I think there's different parts of different people that are in hip hop that play a certain part in people's career that make them great. Now, like I said, you know, I always thought when you hear Humpty Hump, Do What You Like, same song, those are kind of like, you know, fun to dance to, fun to laugh to, but I never thought that he was a lyricist or he was a great rapper. I just thought he was a great producer.
Well, he was into jazz.
Yeah,
he was into jazz. He was.
Well, I'm just saying, I was just pointing out, you know, a lot of people.
I hear you.
Great rapper, and I'm like, you know,
well, some people. And like you said, there's different parts. So
that's
some
what
people,
made him stand
some
out.
people, you know, focus on the words more. Some people focus on the story. Some people focus on the sound and the beat. You hear how he explained, how he interpreted other rappers and how they flow.
Right.
One came from the nose, one came from the throat, one came from the belly, one sounded like jazz to him. He connected with music from production points of view.
Right.
And that's where he was a beast at. So yes, he started with rap because that's where most artists at that, especially at the time or in his era, started with. But once he started to find his voice and where his fit was, it's definitely in production. Absolutely.
I thought he was a great producer. He produced Goonies. He produced a lot of groups, helped them out or whatever, produced them, made their beats or whatever. I thought he was a great producer, just like Dr. Dre. You know, I think he's a great producer. No, not the best lyricist. So, you know, there's some guys that are just, I mean, literally they embody being that rapper, being that lyricist, being that guy that can just fucking flow. And there's some guys that are better in the background. I want to clear that up because I get that all the time. You know, they post out, oh, he's a fucking hip hopper, rapper. And I'm like, I don't know about that guy. You know what I mean? Sorry, we lost you. So no disrespect. I just wanted to throw that out there. But you're back. I just wanted to say that. Rest in peace, Shock G.
Well, I mean, yeah, I kind of disagree with you a little bit because I mean, yeah, he wasn't a top. I mean, I agree with you that he wasn't known for his MC lyricist, but he co-wrote, LL's Mama Said Knock You Out. He mixed Prince's single Love Sign. I mean, he was a right.
He worked with Prince.
I know what you're saying. I agree with you. I'm just splitting hairs here, but I'm just saying like these are some things that he did, and he came from a different era, but that's what made him stand out. Before Eminem, T.I., all these guys had alter egos. Guess where it started? So
yes,
he stood out. You know what I mean?
Thank you for bringing that up.
And that's what to me was like, damn. And back then, at my age, I thought they kept it kayfabe, like they like to say, Drake. And I thought they were two different people for a minute, for a while. For real, back then, you couldn't Google once again.
You didn't have social media. You didn't know.
I thought they were two different people in the beginning because he nailed it. He nailed it, and it was so cool and funky and different. And he was part of his main thing was which came from the jazz background was the Parliament. Funk. He messed with George Clinton a lot, so I think he contributed to the P-Funk. Just as much, equally as much as the hip hop.
Well, he had a funky style like about him.
So
he was a funky dude.
That's because he grew up, like I said, idolizing like George Clinton and guys like that.
Yeah,
I know.
Sure. I just don't think he was.
I'm just giving some facts real quick.
I already knew all that. What I'm saying is that said, for what he did, producing and all that.
Right.
But as a rapper.
That's what that's where he made his
I just
producing, right.
And,
for sure.
When you said he had alter egos, so he went by Humpty Hump, the Piano Man, Recti Lick, Blowfish, Greg Rack, Icy Mike, Michael Boston, E7L, Peanut, Hakeem Afu, Washington, Shaquem Bahaka V, the Jit got Dolphin Nose. So he goes by so many different names. I think he's probably the only rapper that has that many names, but a lot of alter egos. But like I said, I just always thought when you
know
have
what you mean.
when you're
like
more
the
of
Fat
a
Boys, like how you looked at
Fat Boys, you're more of a gimmicky rapper. You know, when before all this producing hip hop came, where clothing, graffiti,
we're really picked
DJ,
up. Right, you're right.
And when they embodied all the elements, before that, you were only either considered a rapper
or
you know what I mean?
Or, right.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
It couldn't be all of it.
Right. For me, I always point
an MC.
How's he on the mic?
Sure.
And when you start off gimmicky, it's always hard for me to say, you know what, I really respect that guy because he's doing that. But now after the fact where he branched off, then I could say, okay, I respect him.
Right.
He produced all these people and made all this music. That's when I could say, okay, he wasn't the greatest MC or greatest rapper.
Like there was only one Axl Rose, man. I mean,
right.
Well, that's
what I'm saying.
I got you. I'm just giving you, like, you know what I mean? I'm just, yeah. I mean, there was only he was Digital Underground's actually, but I know what you're saying. Like you knew what, like he was the you know what I'm saying? He was the voice and shit. Like he was. But yeah, as far as
like I said, I really wish they would find out. And
that's sad. That they in a hotel room in Tampa, Florida, right? Yeah. Which is where he, it says that he was born in New York, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, but he spent.
He was a lot of time as a younger, like teenager in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, he went to high
school. For them to find him, right? So for them to find him over there, man. Damn.
Well, I say rest in peace, Shock G. Thank you for putting the satin on our panties.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks for all the music, man. I still play 30 years later, Kiss You Back.
Yes.
Love that shit. I get a kick. It reminds me, like I said, me and my sisters watching videos and shit like that, and I don't know why that video always stood out to me as far as Digital Underground goes, because it was they did it. They were always doing something different, man. And back then, it wasn't the only black and white video, but it was in black and white. But it stood out to me so much, and it's a positive.
It was
video.
different.
It's such a positive video. People forget
I'm
that.
telling you, I'll have to screenshot you the post that my friend Hush posted, and after reading it and hearing it from a point of view from a friend, not just a fan, and hearing how positive he was in general, and just the light he carried, and seeing him from a different perspective.
And you can see that,
oh man, just reading it, I could feel it. I could feel that's who he was, right? And then the picture he posted of him was one of his favorite pictures he had of him. Right. And I could feel it. I could feel that, he had a lot of light to him. He definitely passed that out through the years. That spoke volumes to me on top of all the other stuff, because that's where he came from, was a place
for sure.
And a place of positivity. And for so long in this industry, to be able to continuously do that and still, have
I used
that
to always
effect
be
on
curious.
people.
I used to always be curious because back in the day, he discovered Pac, whatever, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Besides all of that, they were best. They were probably two of the closest friends ever.
Yeah.
And
but they had a spiritual connection.
And I know, like, the other one,
Pac was very
closest to Tupac was Tretch. So those two guys, I always just wondered, like, damn, they must have been really close, because everybody perceives Tupac as this gangster and Shock G. But that was like I guess a measuring stick
persona.
to me. Right.
You can still be a gangster.
What I'm saying is, like, for me as a teenager, knowing that they were friends, and you see Tupac's making this type of music and he's making this type of music, so that told me what I'm saying is that told me they must be really good friends because
Yeah,
it's so
they met on a
so
different level. They
You know
they
what I
had a
mean?
different
So,
connection. They came
right.
together and could meet on a different level that they
Right.
didn't have to broadcast to the world.
I feel like
because they
Shock G is the type of
yeah.
friend that balanced Tupac out in his life.
Absolutely. But I also
One of
feel
them.
like Shock G was somebody who recognized the deepness in Pac, and because Pac
And that,
himself, you know, if you listen to his words and you really know about him, then you know how deep he was and how he was wise beyond his years, and he was an old soul, right?
Right.
So now after reading this, of what my friend said about him, and just seeing that aspect and thinking past that, you can't help but wonder what kind of deep connection that they had on a different level because of their musics. You know, that was their personal style, but together they were on a whole nother connection. So I think that's
so
wonderful.
real
I'm
quick,
glad, I'm glad
let me
they're
ask you guys
reconnected.
this then. So what do you guys think? Like, real quick, I know we kind of touched on all of it, but so like, what do you think his legacy will be then, Drake, Tori, either one of you, producer, you know, just like, you know, like how would he be? I guess labeled. I don't want to use that word, but you know, as far as his legacy goes, what do you think he'll be most remembered for?
I feel I'm kind of siding with Drake. I think the production side. I think he was great, you know, lyrically, but I think he really shone higher when he took it to that level of production and working with other artists, even behind the scenes where you didn't know, like you said, I didn't know he co-wrote Mama Said Knock You Out.
Yeah,
One of that's on my all-time favorite list.
Yeah, I mean, he
right?
did shit with Prince.
So
I mean, that's pretty
and with Prince,
pretty dope.
I knew with Prince as well.
Dope.
Right, I knew with Prince as well. I don't know. I think that I think production will be up there, but again, like you said, he was one of the originals to come out with alter egos. Like Eminem did it, and people were like, and make it work, right? And Eminem did it, and people thought he was just, what the fuck? But
and
take
made
it on
dancing
back.
cool, made dancing
Cool
extra
as fuck.
cool, even though back
Cool as
then
fuck.
it was, you know,
Tall as shit, right? Didn't give a fuck how tall he was. He was out there doing it. He used it to his advantage.
Yeah,
so
small women, big women, everybody dancing.
Absolutely. Yeah, he said small, big women, everybody.
I mean,
Listen, he didn't discriminate. He didn't discriminate.
You know?
He liked them all colors, all flavors, all sizes.
And you want to talk about
girl.
a wedding song? You know, we talk about DJ Joey A doing the weddings and stuff like that. I mean, talk about a wedding song. I mean, they still play that song.
Yeah,
that's one of them songs that you'll hear forever. So. Yeah, rest in peace, Shock G.
Rest in peace, Shock G.
You know, I can't. I mean, I signed up for that Thriller or whatever. I mean,
did you?
Well, yeah, it won't play. Yeah, I did originally when I did the the Ghostface thing, but it won't play the video. I don't know why.
Oh,
yeah, that'll make sense. But it says it's got 10 million views, but you know, it doesn't. You can't play it. I don't know why. It's because it's past.
It's all good.
No, I wanted to play it. I don't get it. So yeah, we'll move on to Method Man and Redman did the verses. So I didn't catch it. And I know you sent it to me. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it again. I had watched pretty much the most of it, but I mean, you know, you guys know what they're about and all that. But yeah, I wanted you guys. I should have just sent it through the phone message, but I'd send it to you guys on Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to check it out. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it was nothing but classics. Like I said, everybody they brought out was like a concert, man. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and I actually want to go back and check out the DMX and Snoop one. I didn't watch the whole thing. I probably watched like 5 minutes. Too. Yeah, I gotta watch that one.
You'll like it. You'll like it. It was good.
But yeah,
too.
You guys get a chance, check the Method Man Redman out. You'll like it too. Trust me.
I saw parts of it, not just from you sending on Instagram, because I didn't see that you sent it on Instagram, but I saw parts of it as well. And yeah, the vibes are amazing. It's a whole vibe. It was dope. It was like a concert. It was good to see. It was good seeing them. You know, you
don't see
you don't see them as much, right? So
exactly.
Right before Zach passed, there was the movie where the one they were in college, the one that got high.
How high?
How high, right?
Right.
So it was on, and I'm like, I go in there, I'm like, what you watching? And he's like, oh, they're getting stoned,
Damn,
and he's
that's funny
fucking
as hell.
laughing. And so I stood there and I watched it with him for a little bit, and I'm cracking up and I'm telling him every part, and he's like, fuck, you know this movie? And I'm like, baby, this is
Right.
old. This is an
Right,
old
right,
movie. And so I just seeing them then, right? You know, I was like, oh man, I forgot how fucking cool they were together, right?
You know, I mean, it's little things like that for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
that's why, like I
that
said, I
was
had
good.
to go to work, and I was like, oh my, I said, I got to tune in. So I just, let me tune in for, 10, 20 minutes. And I couldn't stop listening because it was just hit after hit and just
vibes. All
I mean,
vibes.
They were in shape.
Yes.
Method Man is 50. Redman, I believe, is 51 or something like that. And they were bouncing around with the mic. Like they were, I mean, like you can tell. I was like,
yeah,
they
on their shit.
It was just something I noticed. But
you have to pay for that or no?
Nah, you should just be able to pull it up. Go to Versus. You got to go to Versus on Instagram, and you should just be able to pull it up. I mean,
I'm on Versus, and it doesn't. I mean, it shows like it doesn't show the actual thing. It just shows pictures, and then some of the video is like the stuff that was recorded prior to them going live. But no, not on there. You would have to send me a link because I can't find it. And then when you click on the link, it takes you to. It says thanks for watching. Stream ended, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm about to send it to you right now through the messenger. See if you get it real quick.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I had no problem playing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm playing
yesterday.
To me.
Oh, now my iPad wants to act up.
Damn.
I'll throw it like you threw that iPhone back in.
Throw it back at it. I'm just kidding. Let me stop. Let me stop. It's kind of early for that.
You said early.
I mean, I guess it's never too early to throw it back, right?
Right.
That's music.
I just sent you to YouTube.
That's all I got.
See if you
That's all
can get
I got.
it. But so any special plans today? More
send it-
horseback riding or anything?
No, I am resting. Man,
It's a long
let
day
me tell
yesterday,
you. Yes, I have a slight headache because I haven't really been drinking, so I had a couple drinks, and so I got a little headache. My calves are on fire. My glutes, booty popping though, because I was running mountains,
Messenger, Facebook
all
Messenger.
kinds of stuff. So
Got it.
Yeah, because I sent it. Are you blocked again or what?
So I'm gonna
It's all
play this.
good. It's all
I've been
good.
watching this, and I was telling Tori that I'd love to get Trick on the 50th anniversary. I don't know if you watched this yet, Alex. This was pretty good. It was I think 5 episodes.
It's a struggle. When there is some sort of story that you can identify with, that is a rags to riches story.
Hip hop is the voice of the streets. You cannot have success in the music business without the movers and shakers behind the scenes.
If you're respected, that gives you the ability to have power. You have power, you can make moves to make money, but you must start with respect.
The OGs,
you can't have it without these people.
Got it.
I got enough to go around. If I was to describe Big U's role in rap, he would definitely be the Godfather. If you ask Tupac, this the dude who had him shot.
I'm known to clean corners.
I guess I didn't know the last.
That was the one delivering the kilos. The money was coming in so crazy.
The minute I was born, I knew this was going to be a road trip.
Them is a bigger celebrity than the celebrities. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, they bailed them out of jail.
Me, hip hop is way more than music. It's a culture. We was legends in the streets.
Yeah.
I want to show what it was really like back then. How I felt, how I survived. I caught 4 bullets with a .357 Magnum, and I set up the shot. And that was it. Hip hop became a way out.
For once, I was accepted in an industry that would never accept a guy like me.
I did 13 years in prison. Now I'm building positive community.
Oh, he's a drug dealer. Oh, he's a stick-up kid. Until we started hip-hop, it gave us a voice to say, here's why though. Hip-Hop Uncovered. Premieres February 12th on FM.
So did you check that out yet, Tori?
Yes, all of it.
I was looking for Zach.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Goon Squad. I was looking for Zach.
Right. Oh yeah, that's his home. That's his big unc. That's his homie. Yeah, big unc. He It was funny because my girlfriend, she messages me and she's like, I'm watching the show and I keep saying, fuck, where do I know him from? I know him from somewhere. And she realized that she met him at my house the week prior, right? And she's like, oh, he was there for Zach's services. But you know, she knew him as his government name, you know, so she was laughing and yeah, it's good. So we're gonna try to get him on here for our 100th episode. I think that'll be really good.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Especially with us being in the D.
Check it out yet, Alex?
I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put it out there.
No, I sent you the link, man. I mean, there's no more I can do.
You check out the underground, the one we just talked about.
I started it when it first came out, but and Tori, you watched it when it first came out. I think you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started it and then I turned it off and I started watching other stuff. So I didn't finish it, but yeah, I got it on there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta check it out.
It's only 5 episodes. It's quick.
Yeah, and I seen that. I was like, damn, I could have finished this. When I seen that, I was like, damn, I could have finished this that night.
It's quick, yeah.
You know the outcome. Physical for entering the office of a gentleman.
You gonna get us blocked.
It's enough. Oh, the setup was so dope, Drew. Damn, that shit was so dope, man. I get goosebumps. That shit woke me up. Just that little clip woke my ass up real quick.
There you go.
I just
So I
loved
think
it, man.
that's all I got. It was a full pack show. We were at 3 hours and 15 minutes. Probably went way over, but it is what it is. Let me stop playing. I don't have anything going on. I know that was a question. No, just relaxing, man. Enjoying the weather.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah. That's about it.
Me
so
too.
I'm done. You can follow me at Drake Swift at all platforms. Alex, where you got anything?
SportsMod313, Instagram and Twitter. And once again, rest in peace, Shock G. And you guys have a safe day, safe and blessed day. Yeah, I ain't doing a damn thing. I'm chilling. Wearing my masks when I go out.
Yes, mask up, be safe. You can find me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, or at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, or The Savage Kitty. That's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter. Y'all be safe, be blessed, be kind to one another.
I think that's all it. Let me play this video and we're outside of here.
Sir.
Alex took his headphones off. He's ready to go. Peace out. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Wash your culo. I'm out.
Peace.